Soilis turns on the Jets, beating Abashkin, looking, waiting, shooting, goal! Stavros Soilis!
Hockey is back. Your Elmira River Sharks return to the First Arena Friday, January 5th to kick off the new year against the defending Commissioner's Cup champions, the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Puck drops at 7:05. Get your tickets online on Ticketmaster.com, on the Ticketmaster app, or by calling the box office, 607-734-PUCK. River Sharks Hockey. Fear the Fin.
You're listening to Elmira River Sharks Hockey. Now back to John Clement in the arena.
Hello and welcome in here live as your Elmira River Sharks get set to take on the Watertown Wolves. I'm John Clement alongside my good friend Colby Smith up here in the booth. Colby, welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me back, John. Excited to see what the River Sharks got in store here before we get the ball drop later on tonight.
Well, the balls will be dropping, but hopefully tonight the goals will be dropping, something the River Sharks struggled with in the third period last night as the River Sharks welcome the Wolves into First Arena on a quick turnaround. These both sides didn't really wrap up. I mean, the River Sharks didn't get home till after 2 in the morning last night, so we're talking about less than 12 hours time from the time the bus parked, got unloaded, got back here to the rink, and starting to play right now, as both sides are wrapping up a 3-3 weekend series before the ball drops later tonight, as you already kind of alluded to. Watertown got their weekend going with a big 7-2 victory over the defending champion Hat-Tricks on home ice Friday night, snapping their six-game snide, easy for me to say, dating back to Friday 12-3 when they took down the Rockers 5-2. Leeson, out serving that 4-game suspension, led the way with 2 goals and an assist, and Alexander Gamzatov pumped in 3 assists. Josh Rosenzweig stopped 40 of 44, immediately making his presence felt in his return to the cage. As for Elmira, they gripped and clawed Friday night but fell short to first place Binghamton 7-3. David Gaeta immediately made his presence felt with a goal and an assist. Elijah Wilson, Stephen Klink both found the twine as well. With last night's game in Watertown being a 7:30 affair, though not much sleep was had, everyone's right back here today to see what the weekend finale has in store. And Colby, these two teams certainly got a big filling of each other here over the next course of the month and a half of the season. They're going to see quite a bit of each other. In-state rivalry is alive and well, and I have my eye, personally, on the Swanson affair that last night saw 2 battles with Justin Schmidt, and you wonder what's going to come of that here today.
Yeah, it really seems like when these two sides meet up, there's always that physical edge you might not necessarily get in a game, against a team like Motor City that you don't see as many times, or Port Huron, Columbus, whoever, you don't see as many times. But when you get these interstate rivalry games, there's just that extra special edge. I mean, these two teams play 15 games in total against each other, right? This is going to be the 6th of the 15, and as you said already, they're going to play a lot of each other in these next couple of weeks. After Elmira has that one-off with Danbury next weekend, they go to Columbus, Georgia, and then they play a 3-3 the very next weekend, all against Watertown. And then in February, there's a couple more matchups against Watertown, too. So plenty of Watertown coming up here these next few weeks.
Well, and speaking of fireworks, these jerseys are fire. And you know that it's going to come out here. There's these jerseys fresh on Dash Auctions. You can get a hold of one of these beautiful things, take it home with you here tonight at the arena, or, of course, shipping is available. We've also got these beautiful mystery pucks that have the 2024 right on them, signed by a member of the team. And I know, Colby, you were having your eye on a couple of those.
Yeah, those mystery putts, they're certainly special. The way the organization and you decided to set it up, it's just a really special thing. And these jerseys, the putts, I mean, you can't ask for anything better and more fun here to end out 2023.
Well, you got to have fun when you're at the rink, and Watertown had fun with an ugly sweater night last night, and they were, well, ugly. And now the River Sharks, with these firework New Year's Eve jerseys, really ready to tick things off. And I got to tell you, the countdown is on to midnight. But right now, the countdown is on to game time. And these two teams, they're going to have their hands full. I got to know, Colby, you kind of led the way on this one. Who's the hot player to watch?
Mr. Cody Rogers is going to get the nod today. He put together another solid performance last night with a goal and an assist. Now has 3 goals and 1 assist in 3 games played versus the Wolves. And he has 6 goals and 1 assist in 7 games total since coming over from Baton Rouge. At the time in which Elmira brought him in, they desperately needed a scoring punch from the blue line, and he's come in and answered that call and more, as he's tonight's hot player to watch.
Now, talking about that, obviously, you talked about the goals, 6 goals. That's a lot for a defenseman, even at this level. It's not something that you typically see, but more impressive, I think, than the goals, and I don't think he gets enough credit for this, is his solid defensive play. He's always back. He doesn't take the big – you think of a Cameron Yarwood. Yarwood, absolutely fantastic in the offensive zone, Defensively early on, there was a lot to be desired. He stepped up that game. He's looked so much better these last couple of games. He's really been an impact player both on the offensive side and defensive side. Cody Rogers, you haven't seen that slip. It's consistent all the way through, plays back in his zone, knows where to be, knows his assignment, and is able to really direct things as a veteran presence back there.
Well, and he moves the puck around really well, too. I mean, you watch him on the power play up there. A lot of his success has come on the man advantage for Elmira so far. Got a great hockey IQ, both ends of the ice. I mean, in the offensive zone, he's easily able to fire putts ahead. And then, like you said, he knows his assignment, knows to get back, knows what his role is out there, and you can't ask for anything more.
No, and that certainly helps out. Of course, as we get set for the game, going to be a big one here tonight as obviously Watertown taking that win put themselves further ahead of the Elmira River Sharks, who have been right back on a losing skid, which unfortunately, you lose a couple of players. That's the name of the game here at the FPHL level. You're going to lose guys to call-ups. You're going to lose guys to injury. Right now tonight, we already know we're going to be short a couple of big, solid players that have been in this lineup for the last couple of games. Luke James had a goal last night. He was released earlier today to make room for the head coach to take his roster spot. Tyler Church going to step into the lineup tonight. Returning to the lineup, MJ Merkel back in there. He's got 3 games played, 11 penalty minutes, but unfortunately, he'll have to suit back up again tonight. And, Stephen Klink is going to be another scratch for the River Sharks tonight, and that one hurts. He has 10 points in 2 games against the Watertown Wolves. He added another couple points last night in the defeat, but again, he is an impact player. He's somebody that's going to be missed in the lineup. And luckily, you got the FPHL's first ever 300 goal scorer, Tyler George, taking the spot. But you wonder, especially after a coach comes out and has to now make those plays and compete, how it changes when you come from behind the bench to on the bench.
Well, and I think you kind of alluded to it the other night on Friday with Merkel out there having such a big impact in that game on Friday. When you get your coach out there, your assistant coach out there playing big minutes, going to war for these guys, sure, like you said, you lose a couple of pieces, you don't have guys in there due to injury, but when you get your coach out there on the line, willing to give it his all, willing to jump right in there, and maybe not skating every day, because I know Jurich and Merkel don't skate every day, but they're willing to jump right out here and go to war. And in a matchup against Watertown where you need those big points, now with 8 points separating the two, that gap was small. Now it's gotten a little bigger, as you said. You just got to get out here and get the job done.
A crucial 3 points on the line. We're going to send it down, hear what head coach Tyler Jurich and Stavros Soilis, who may be assuming the head coaching duties here tonight with the 2 other coaching staff taking spots on the bench. We'll hear what they had to say back a week and a half ago at this point. Don't forget, we will be back for Coach's Show this Wednesday down in Sayre, Pennsylvania at Calier's Barbecue, 6 p.m. Do not miss out on that. All of our fans down Sayre, Waverly Way, we cannot wait to see you on Wednesday night. But we'll send it down now to Coach's Corner here on the River Sharks broadcast.
Hello and welcome into another edition of the Coach's Show right here live from Round and Third, just around the corner from the First Arena. All right, appreciate y'all coming down, and of course all of you watching live on YouTube here with head coach Tyler Jurich and Captain Stavros Soilis back up here on the Coach's Show for another night with us. Great last few games, big 3-game winning streak. Kind of talk us through it, how everything kind of started off and what you've seen from this team so far.
I mean, I've been saying it for at least over a month now that we're just trying to put the right pieces together and just trying to make a winning team. It was obviously, it was pretty obvious that we were getting there, just a couple pieces away, and we just have to keep winning though. We don't settle at 3 straight wins and a 6-9 record. We want to just keep going and keep winning.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's buying into the system and, coming to the rink every day ready to improve, get better, and everybody's playing for each other, and that's the key to success.
And talking about buying in, obviously that's a huge part of any team, but when you look at this team and this organization, you guys have obviously had to flip the page a few times with constant roster movement, with the way that things have kind of played out, and obviously another couple call-ups this week, some injuries this week. As a coach especially, how do you find those pieces when you don't have the minor league system that some of these other teams do, where they've already scouted, they know? What do you do to kind of keep up with the ever-changing roster?
I think we're 15 games in, and the guys who are still here aren't injured or called up, kind of just show the next little wave that comes in to help us out, kind of how we do things. And it kind of is contagious. So, the new guys that come in, they've been great this week, and hopefully they can help us out in Motor City. But we have a nice core group now. It's hard to get that with a brand new team, but it seems like we have that now. It's nice to see.
And you comment on that, Stavi. I want to ask you from the leadership group side perspective here. How is it working with a lot of these guys who just played their first pro game this year? I mean, how are they buying in and really helping those new guys adapt, like Coach was just talking about?
Yeah, no, everybody's, we had our little rocky moments, but everybody's come together, and the new team jitters have been out of the way, and like I said before, we're buying in, and everything else has just been rolling.
Perfect. And now, obviously, again, you've tied your longest winning streak of the season at 3, and now as you look to move on and get one step forward, you look at to play Motor City, your only trip out to Michigan, but your first real road trip as well. And we've kind of talked about it over the last few weeks, what it means to get on the road with the boys, to get some time in a hotel, to eat breakfast together, to do all those things that they don't get to do here at home. So how big is this road trip, especially considering the number of guys that you're out via injury, via call-ups, all of that?
Yeah, it'd be nice to not have all those guys injured and called up, obviously, but good for the guys who are called up and the guys who are injured. Hopefully we get back soon. A road trip right before Christmas, probably not the ideal time, but we know that we're going there for a business trip. Obviously, they can have fun and have fun together, whatever it might be, of dinner, breakfast, like you said. But it's a business trip, so we got to go out there and find a way. Motor City's a good team, but I mean, all the teams right now, late December and January, are depleted, so we can't use it as an excuse. We just got to, take it, play Friday, and go from there.
Well, knowing that too, and I mean, you bring it up, but I mean, Motor City, they're depleted too, the same situation, but this is the last time you guys play them, and right now, the season series sits at 3-1, obviously. You guys are very well aware of that as of what came early in the season. You guys had some great success against them on a Friday night, and then turned it around on Saturday. So kind of what are you taking from those 4 experiences into these games, and what are you talking to the guys about how important this series is, especially with the team now in our division?
I'd say it doesn't. The 3-1 doesn't even matter because I mean we're a completely different team, and they're a different team. We were brand new. They've been together for a year and a half now, so we're going out there with a completely new mindset and new group, and we just take it one game at a time. We'll do okay.
And speaking of one game at a time, it's kind of been a building process, as you talked about here already. But getting a netminder like Sammy Bernard in there, a guy like Stephen Klink, who was very productive over the last couple of games, the last couple wins here for you. What are those kind of players coming in? How big of a difference have they made here on the roster?
Obviously, a huge difference. Sammy's outstanding. He played amazing last weekend. And Klink, you can't say enough about a 21-year-old kid doing what he's doing. So. But that's what good teams have good players. So good for them, and great for us that we have them. But that's what good teams have good players. So I mean, it's great.
Well, I'd love to hear that. Obviously, anything great is always positive for the team. And now, again, Stavi, from the player perspective, as we look at what goes on a road trip, how it's different from the home stand for the fans watching at home on YouTube, how much does it really change the day-to-day for the playing staff?
No, I mean, I always said, road trips always bring the guys closer together. Obviously, like Tyler was saying, right before Christmas is never the most fun, but Michigan trips are always a good time. I feel after watching practice for this past week, like everybody's ready to go and work for these 2 big division games.
For sure. And now, as we talk about divisional games, obviously getting into a portion of the schedule where you're going to see some guys from different divisions now. Obviously, a Columbus trip is coming up in the not-too-distant future and all that. But again, you're also getting into a heavier part of the schedule. We're going to see back-to-back games again for the second week in a row, something that you guys haven't had to deal with a lot in the first part of the season. And then when we come back, it's 3 and 3 nights on the 29th, 30th, and 31st, including a road trip and the Saturday night game. So how are you talking to the guys, especially with a big break coming up too? They're going to get to, disperse for the holiday. What are you saying to the guys here as we're getting ready for this last real part of the first half of the season?
I think we definitely have to go out to Motor City, take care of business, and then, you get a nice break and you utilize a break. Rest and breaks are good sometimes. So coming back for 3 and 3 will be nice and fresh, and said it every time on the show, probably, John, that nothing better than 3 and 3. So no excuses from this group.
Just a 4 and 4.
Yeah, 4 and 4 is really better.
How about 7 and 9?
We can do. Well, if we can do 7 and 7s, that would be. I think I don't think anybody's going to complain about that. So.
And there it is. And that being said, we're talking about the second half of the season already and looking towards it. That's really a huge point. You guys have brought yourselves all the way back to within a breath of the playoffs right now. Obviously, top 4 teams in each division are going to make the playoffs. 2 points back of Watertown right now. Are you guys already standings watching, or is that just the media booth? That's,
no, I don't think there's any need to standing watch. If we just do what we're working to do and we're all buying in together, everything will take care of itself, and I think that's pretty clear. Obviously, there's lulls in the season, and good teams get better as the season goes on. So that's what our goal is here.
Awesome. Now, obviously, again, with the first halfway point of the season for you guys now, as you're getting into it as your coaching career, as well as for the River Sharks as an organization. What can you take out of that first half as you head towards the second half? And again, just what can you build on here as far as the organization goes?
So learning is how hard it is to win in pro hockey. Obviously, as a new team. Once you figure it out and the guys get confidence, I think they're learning now how to win, how to show up to the rink every day knowing that they're gonna win. And I think Saturday night was a prime example. Going down 2-1 about a month ago, we'd be fazed by that, and we lost those games with a lot of weak goals given up. And the other night, we found a way to win 4-2. So just showing up to the rink, knowing that we're a good team, having confidence, and learning how to win.
Awesome. And again, I told you we're trying to make it a little more fun here on the YouTube channel, have some fun interaction here. So speaking of that, obviously, big celebratory time coming up with the New Year's. We've got jerseys, we've got pucks, we've got a whole bunch of stuff coming up. What's your guys' favorite part of the New Year and the New Year's celebration? Obviously, a 2 p.m. game, you're going to have some time afterwards. What are you most looking forward to about December 31st?
The New Year game, they're the best. They're so much fun. They're usually very electric atmosphere, so that'll be a blast. We have cool jerseys, so it'll be fun.
Stavia, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, the game obviously is going to be a great time. I also love that the game is actually earlier in the day, so the boys and friends and family in town, we could celebrate together, spend the whole day, go for dinner, set something up to just be all together and bring in the new year on a positive note.
Awesome. And now again, still looking at the fun aspect of it. What's the worst part of the travel schedule? Obviously, we're finally getting into it now and looking at a couple of trips coming up. The 8 hours out to Michigan, the 16 hours or 18 hours, depending on the driver, down to Columbus, Georgia, are both on the horizon. So tell the fans at home the worst part of the travel portion of the schedule.
Those Watertown games are really annoying.
Okay.
All, combine the travel and showing up there. A couple fans there, so I don't think we're really a fan of that one.
That's the one?
That's not, the long trips, the Michigan ones to Columbus, those are a blast. Those little ones to place with a couple fans isn't,
Yeah.
Same answer?
It says yuck.
Yeah.
Yuck.
But, yeah. I mean, those are fun.
Nothing to get excited about going there.
The long trips are fun. If you ask anybody, when they retire, one of the things they miss is the long road trips with the guys. These little ones to that arena.
Well, and that being said, obviously the little ones.
Big Boy Arena is fun.
I haven't been there. This will be my first trip out there. I'm looking forward to it.
Shout out to Motor City. They're a good organization. So they got a nice arena, nice setup. So it's a good, fun trip.
That'll be fun. And following up on the last one, how do you guys pass the time on the bus? I mean, what's the go-to? I know with the Enforcers we used to have some pretty significant card games going on in the back of the bus. What's the River Shark way to pass the time?
Well, lucky for them, I've been around a bit, and I made practice earlier tomorrow, so they're more tired on the bus. So half of it they can sleep. And Yarwood's going on the trip, so he'll speak a lot, and we'll want to sleep anyway, or we'll just laugh at his laugh for a couple hours and have fun.
Well, I think I heard him over there in the back.
I think that was him.
All right. We'll love to hear it. Like I said, trying to have some fun here on the YouTube channel. I want to thank everybody once again for...
The temperature outside is dropping, but the certificate rates at IRFCU are on the rise. If you are looking to stash away some cash, make it work for you. Check out the certificate rates here at Ingersoll Rand Federal Credit Union by visiting us online at IngersollRandFCU.com. Members can open a share certificate right from their mobile app or through our online banking platform. Saving has never been easier. Make your money work for you at IRFCU.
Oh, A beautiful rendition of the national anthem by the Air Force Band there. And again, thank you so much for staying with us. Obviously, we had the introductions here at center ice, and Dustin Henning already chatting up the referees right there at center. Always interesting to see that get off to the start, as starting lineups have been introduced. 20 minutes on the clock, and that means it is time for River Shark hockey. There's Sammy Bernard.
7 games played on the season, 3-4-0. He's got a .490 goals against and an .873 save percentage, but those numbers don't illustrate how big Bernard's been back there in goals since coming on over here in early December.
As Bernard takes his lap, and now there's Eloy. No, that's not Eloy Bouchard. They've got it wrong up there on the board. That's Josh Rosenzweig. My apologies. 4 wins, 5 losses, a .401 goals against, and a .904 save percentage. So the River Sharks will stand behind their 6'5" netminder and look to find some offense as Stavros Soilis takes things over behind the bench.
Well, and John, I can't get over how beautiful these Elmira River Sharks New Year's Eve jerseys are to look at.
Sharp.
They're awesome. I'm just so excited for what we have in store here this afternoon.
Got to get right on to that dashapp.io and make sure you bid on those River Shark jerseys. The officials talking to the River Shark bench. I'm trying to get a clarification here as head coach Tyler Jurich standing right there, waiting to see what this is all about.
Well, we are about 5 minutes early. We had the scheduled 2:05 puck drop, and it is only 2 o'clock now.
It is, but again, a delay here very early. You wondered what was going on with the Watertown Wolves being over there having a discussion right off the hop. Now it looks like we're ready to go.
Let's get to it.
All right. Puck is ready to be dropped. Okay, so the River Sharks made a change to the starting lineup. That's the issue. Mercurio picks it back, sends it to Coyle. Trying to move that puck around. Watertown able to exit the zone, get it up to Mercurio, turning back around. Elijah Wilson moves that puck along. Back behind, Ford, off the board, gets it to Gaeta. Gaeta gets it around a man and puts his body into Doyle. Puck stripped away. Gaeta comes up with it right into the slot. Backhander shot. Goal! David Gaeta! 22 seconds in.
Great scoring punch there for Elmira to get this one going. That's going to be his 3rd goal of the weekend in as many games. Big trade acquisition. He said he threw that body on Doyle, forced that turnover, and coming in the slot. Great backhand move. That's the first one of those we've seen him put home.
It is. Now, Justin Schmidt out here. Here's the replay. Forehand, backhand, and over the goaltender. Josh Rosenzweig takes it a little early there. 1-0 River Sharks. Schmidt and Swanson about to go right off the hop. Gloves are down, and here we go. Round 3. Ding, ding. Schmidt and Swanson as Swanson takes a look. Schmidt, like a 1920s boxer, moving those hands all over the place. Swanson now grabs a hold, waits, lifts the arm. Schmidt letting go, and Swanson gets the first punch, but now Schmidt gets his hand loose. Swanson gets another one too, trying to take him down. Now he does. Swanson with a big takedown. And he's going to get the judge's card on that one, Colby.
Justin Schmidt looked really unhappy as soon as Swanson threw him to the ground. I mean, like you said last night, 2 fights between those 2 guys, and in round 3, Swanson, he's just a big impact player back there for Elmira. I mean, he's not afraid to jump into a fight like that, always willing to jump out there and play for his guys. And 22 seconds in, I mean, Elmira needed a little spark after the late night.
Certainly did, and now we'll see if the River Sharks can continue to run through and capitalize here. They get set on the face-off. Merkel going to play some forward here as that puck bounces towards the corner. It's Henning with it, passing across to his defensive partner as the Watertown Wolves looking to rebound, trailing 1-0. The River Sharks' first shot of the game going past Rosenzweig. As quickly they move this puck ahead, it's Dustin Henning again. Henning over the red as that one's dumped back in. Ford back to play it, chops it off. Chasing it down, the River Sharks. Pickford passing it across. Gets it to Muka. Muka and Parker enter the zone. Throwing that towards the net. Turned aside there by Rosenzweig. Trying to move this puck along. Gets it back towards the slot, but Mirko can't come up with it. Puck moved out by Trevor Lord. Lord, who has been a big part of the Wolves offense so far this season, dumps that in. It'll be wrapped around. Now Merkel, keeping his eye on the puck, will get there and gets that puck out of the zone. Sergeyev tries to lay a check, and now Merkel not taking kindly to that. Back behind the net go the Wolves. Quick changes here for the River Sharks. Again, the River Sharks wearing those darker jerseys with the fireworks on them. As that puck is bounced back in, Cameron Yarwood suited up here tonight. Moves that puck along as that's chipped, but can't quite clear. Watertown takes possession, trying to move it along. It's off a skate, thrown back towards the net, and again, misses just wide. Back to get it. A little chop there by Vartiainen, but he'll get the puck back. Tosses it towards center ice for Blake Peavy. Peavy chasing, has it in his skates. Moved it back into the zone. It's onside. Gaeta chasing that back down. He comes up with the puck. David Gaeta trying to move this puck along as it is turned around. River Sharks with possession. Wrap around the backside of the net. Send back to Posar at the point. Posar over to Yarwood. Big wind-up shot goes just wide. Back again. Gaeta has that poke checked away from him. And now Watertown looking to get it out. Flip that puck back to the neutral zone. Back to Gaeta goes Posar, off the boards, moved it back ahead. Gaeta into the zone, has Vartiainen with him, turns, looking, passing back. Excellent play over to Peavy. Now back to the front, a shot, can't get it to go, as that puck still loose, back behind the net. Banked off, looking for Yarwood. Yarwood gets it, throws it back down below the goal line, and now Gaeta is going to chase that down. David Gaeta keeps it deep in the zone, takes a hard hit for his trouble, as that puck sent to the opposite side of the ice. Flip back ahead, and Yarwood will slap that puck down at center. Yarwood flips it back ahead into the zone. Elijah Wilson chasing after it as Godbout has that puck, moves it up to Doyle. Doyle back up ahead quickly, up to Mercurio. Mercurio pass across, looking for Chase Dabari. Dabari, he swatted off the puck and sent back into the corner. River Sharks off the boards. Dabari chops it back down. Rasmus Asp. Asp loses his balance but gets that puck up ahead. Darius Davidson throws that puck ahead and back out the other way it comes. Into the zone. Wilson drops for Parker. A shot off the glove. Back towards the front. It's loose in front and finally covered up, I believe. I don't know where that puck had gone. Parker did as he pulls it right out. But an excellent start here for the River Sharks.
Yeah, the River Sharks have come out firing on all cylinders here for these first 3:09. I mean, after, like we said, getting back in here about 2 a.m. this morning, you don't necessarily expect a hot start like this, but Elmira's bringing the fire on offense.
As Parker set to take the draw. He's going to lose that one as it's picked up by the captain, Dustin Henning. Worked back out to Cody Rogers, wearing number 5 again here tonight. As, again, always the fun part of these mystery jerseys. As in comes Parker, trying to cut through. Does get that puck down deeper, but some trouble controlling. Shoved down right in front of the net was Darius Davidson. Not happy about that. Back behind, Watertown taking possession. Looking up ice, it's Dustin Henning. Throws his pass up quickly. Thornton has it knocked away from him. Again picked off. Davidson back towards center, but it's picked off one more time. Trying to play this off, Sergeyev passes back defensively. Watertown trying to reset. Almost 4 minutes gone here in the first period. Elmira with that 1-0 lead at the moment. Puck dumped in. Now Marty Muka hopping up into the play. Throws it towards the net, goes just wide. Ford down deep for a defensive player as that one's thrown back down. Puck played off, cycle, as Ford looks towards the front, deflected into the corner. Back again, Ford picks it off, right off the wolf head on the jersey, and that'll stop play. 4 minutes and 6 seconds in.
You get a late shove from Sergeyev. MJ Merkel skating away from the pile. Obviously, you can see right from the get-go, these two sides, nobody's going to take anybody's chirping. Nobody's going to take anybody's bodies tonight.
Well, I'm sure they had enough of it last night, Colby.
Yeah, and these two teams have plenty of meetings left against each other, so the more physical the series is going to get as time goes on.
As the puck is dropped, one back by Watertown again, as that's tied up in some skates. Worked back out towards center ice. Gamzatov moving it in. He gets a rough ride from Austin Pickford. Fans here in Elmira sure like that one. Kept in the zone as Tyler Jurich backhands it, but can't do anything with it. Offsides is the call, and Jurich not taking kindly to that.
Get Jurich off the bench, and he's right out there throwing the body.
Tyler Jurich, not normally known as a aggressive style of player, but they are going to bring that faceoff all the way back down. So the River Sharks, some offensive zone time maybe.
Had plenty of it to get this game started, leading Watertown in shots here, 3-1 already.
And of course, this Tyler Jurich's former team played for the Wolves for a vast majority of his FPHL tenure. As that puck won back, but not able to be handled, gets back to center ice. Turning it around, looking for a pass. Gaeta's there for it. Little backhander as Blake Peavy entered the zone. He throws that puck in. Gaeta in there digging for it. He gets it down further. Gaeta with it. Drags it towards the slot. Back to Peavy. Top of the circle. Peavy looking, shooting, glove save. So a good look there from Rosenzweig, able to get his glove on that.
Yeah, and he gave up that first goal, but he's had a couple of key saves here over these first few minutes. This is just his second appearance of the season against Elmira. Started the game here back on December 8th. Stopped 12 of 15 before getting pulled as Elmira a 5-goal win that night, 8-3.
As the puck won back again, this time by Watertown. They have had the advantage in the faceoff circle thus far here tonight. As back again, the Wolves trying to play it off. Jurich using his stick smartly there, but couldn't quite come up with it. As that's sent ahead, Blacksmith has it, passed across, looking for Mercurio, and that one taken away, a shot, taken away again, another shot, and again, nice to be 6'5". Penalty coming here for the Slash. Austin Pickford gonna go, and the River Sharks will go back to the Vincenzo's Pizzeria penalty kill. Pickford goes into the box, 2 minutes for the Slash, and a 10-minute misconduct. So somebody's got to go serve the 2. I don't know what Pickford said, but not going to like that.
Well, and if you're Austin Pickford, you can't take a penalty like that. Bernard had everything under control there in the paint, so to come in and throw your stick like that, not necessarily the, calmest of head moves, but Pickford getting the misconduct.
And Jurich serving the minor. All right, well, back to the point it goes. Watertown trying to work this puck down. Doyle with a shot, deflects off a leg, goes back behind, trying to work this puck around. It's back deep. Watertown looking to set it up. Back to the point again. Doyle back to Lord. Lord looks, top of the slot, passes down deep to Mercurio, who can't handle the pass. As that puck is picked off and back out the other way. Elijah Wilson with it. Dumps that one down. Weird hop and just bounced into the corner. Back again to get it is Doyle. Doyle turning it around. Looking up. Finds Trevor Lord. Lord hustling into the zone. Now he'll slow up. Looking for a lane. Lord harassed there as Mercurio has it chopped away from him, but right to Lord. Lord skating back towards the blue line. He's kept to the outside. Passed across for Doyle. Back down deep into the zone. Poke checked away. In the slot, however. Now it'll be picked off. Big windup and a shot. Gets to the blue line, but again failing to clear. Towards the front. Deflected away. Trying to get the stick going was Carter Thornton as that's poke checked away again. Played off right through the slot, and Mercurio will pick up. Mercurio harassed by Brett Parker. Thrown towards the net. Stop again by Sammy Bernard. Back around and back out to the point as Mercurio takes possession over to Trevor Lord. Lord, top of the circle, firing glove save. Back behind goes Thornton. Thornton towards the front, a shot, and it goes wide of the net. So a couple pieces of luck that the River Sharks didn't get last night. Thrown towards the net again, deflected up around the boards, and will clear the zone. Mercurio couldn't get there in time. Couple of changes for the River Sharks as Lord brings it back in. Brett Parker asking for an offside as Tomasi has some trouble with control. Thrown back down deep, deflected into the corner, and picked up there by Pozar. Pozar with it. Trying to flip that one back along. Tied up, Pozar gets it back, and he will send it 200 feet with authority. 9 seconds to go in the kill. 13:09 to go in the first period. Still 1-0 River Sharks.
A great push from Watertown on this power play. 4 shots, but Sammy Bernard, a couple of clutch saves.
As Gamzatov enters the zone, Ford pushing him into the boards. Jurich is free as Blacksmith has it. Blacksmith still trying to work that puck around. Back to the point again. Dumped back deep. Gamzatov back to play it. It's picked off by Pozar again. Pozar, a name we've been mentioning a lot here in the last couple of games. Pozar moving it ahead. Elijah Wilson dumping that in. Hits off the glove and will be covered up. So Watertown we'll see Schmidt and Swanson head out. They give each other a little stick tap. Swanson a little backside touch there from Schmidt. So always fun to see those guys compete. We're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be right back here on Mixler.com and live on YouTube.
Frisbee Welding LLC in Spencer, New York is partnering with the River Sharks this season. They're a local family-owned company that manufactures hay feeding and handling equipment, as well as a dealer for over 40 equipment lines for everything from large farming operations to your hobbyists and homesteaders. They offer top-of-the-line equipment and more economical versions to fit your needs. Find them on Facebook or call or text Chris at 607-422-0820 for your landscaping, construction, agriculture, snow removal, forestry, and sportsman's attachments and equipment needs.
Trust your smile to Elmira Family Dentistry, the best dental care in the region. Their Wand STA anesthesia system provides a pain-free way to take care of any dental problem. Their latest digital x-ray systems provide a highest standard diagnostic record. Elmira Family Dentistry offers routine and deep cleanings, fillings and bonding, crowns, implants, root canals, and Sure Smile orthodontics. Elmira Family Dentistry at 311 West Church Street in Elmira. Call 607-733-6825 today.
All right, and with that, we are back in offensive zone draw for the River Sharks as Marty Muka is set to take the draw. He will lose that one back, and Godbout takes possession. Godbout harassed immediately by Gaeta, moved up the sideboards, trying to play that one off. A little bit of help from the linesman there as everybody pinned to the boards. Godbout comes away with it. Now he sends it back down low, back to Godbout. Godbout over to Seaman. Seaman looking, firing that one through center ice. That one bounces over a couple of sticks, goes all the way down. And no choice but to play that one for Sammy Bernard. Move back ahead. Elmira hustling it up into the offensive zone. Elijah Wilson with it. Throws it towards the net. Stick to side. Back for it goes Muka. Muka tries to fire it off the back of the netminder. What's the holdup here? Oh, net came off its moorings. Yeah. Okay, I was like, wait a minute.
Rosendweig reached back and he clipped the net. Came easily off, though. I mean, he just caught the top of the cage with his shoulders, so don't see that too often.
No, that's a unusual one, to say the least. As now again, River Sharks, an offensive zone draw. Muka unable to get a faceoff win the last time. We'll see if he can get one here. Ties up his man. It does go back towards Cameron Yarwood, who keeps the zone, dumping that one down deeper. Trying to get free. Gaeta rolls it around the boards. Stepping up, Cody Rogers will pinch. Back down towards the backside of the net. Over to Marty Muka. Muka passed across, was looking for Yarwood. Does eventually find him, but it's taken away. Now Yarwood has it. Moves it back down low again. Back down deep, it's Muka. Feeding it towards the slot, but nobody there for it. Watertown going to get a free rush out as Seaman hustles through the neutral zone. Chips that deep in. Yarwood keeping an eye on it. Sent back towards the slot, poke checked away. Just narrowly missing Thornton as that one's deflected into the corner. Elijah Wilson poking at it, can't quite get it out. Now he does. Little leaping, flying move there for Elijah Wilson. Sent back ahead, Henning in onside. Henning forced to the outside by Rogers, drops a pass, picked off by Elmira, and right back out the other way it comes. Hustling through, a drop for Gaeta, who slaps that puck deep in the zone. Darius Davidson on the chase. Not going to get there as that's rolled up the sideboards. Picked off, right back towards the front. Shot, and they can't get it to go. Excellent work there by Blake Peavy.
Yeah, Blake Peavy snuck all around, had a clean lane to the net. And that's the one thing that the River Sharks, despite not coming up victorious this weekend, have done really well at times. In that game against Binghamton on Friday, had some guys open in the slot, something we haven't seen too much of, and Peavy just kind of snuck right around the net. And when you deke around your defenders and get clean opportunities like that, eventually you get goals.
Sure do, as that faceoff won back again by Watertown. I feel like I've said that a numerous amount of times this week, as that one moved up and unfortunately unable to pick it off was Peavy. Mercurio hustles out the other side. Sammy Bernard back to play, wraps it around the near side boards. All the way back to Vartiainen. Vartiainen looking up ice, feeds it through the neutral zone, but it's picked off one more time and sent back in by Watertown. Out to play it is Rogers, back across. He's teamed up with Yarwood tonight, so a little bit different on the defensive pairings here for the River Sharks. Drop pass back as Rogers was skating up, but now will have to retreat back into his own zone, back below the goal line. Rogers back behind, he finds Yarwood. Yarwood firing that one along, and that's poke checked away. Trying to get free. Some trouble here for Blake Peavy, was being held onto by Tomasi, and now it's finally called. Tomasi was holding on to him.
On Tomasi, it seemed like he was trying to play the innocent card, looking at the official like, me, why me? But like you said, clean hold on to Peavy, and Elmira going to get the first power play of the night.
They certainly will, and that means with 10:23 to go, a chance to add to that lead. 1-0 right now for the River Sharks.
And the power play's been streaky, 7 for the last 38 in the last 5 games, but 4 of those came in the 8-4 loss against Motor City last Friday.
Certainly did, and the 2 men on the back end, the recipients of those goals, as Yarwood and Rogers reunite. Back to Yarwood, Back across, finds Tyler Jurich. We know he knows how to score on the power play. Thrown towards the net, deflected, and it's covered up. Rosenzweig didn't seem exactly sure where that puck was.
And he's had a few of those. Had that one earlier on in this period. And, I mean, I think he's just trying to get his legs back underneath him. It's the first hockey he's played in a couple of weeks this weekend, just trying to get back there. Of course, he got the win Friday, though.
Certainly did. A big win Friday against that Danbury team. As the puck is picked off by Watertown. Poke checked away. Excellent move there by Gaeta. Gaeta back to Tyler Jurich. Jurich taking his time. from the circle. Moving in, shot, and that one is stopped. Tyler Jurich has scored many goals from there.
Jurich, great placement, though. Great idea to come to the top of that circle. Rosentweed, though, yeah, he may not be 6'5", but he takes up a lot of that net on the right side.
Certainly does. When his butterfly is one of the more unique butterflies that I've seen, when he goes down, he not only kind of spreads the legs out, but his whole body really expands and seems to cover more of the bottom half of that net. It's a different looking butterfly than I'm used to seeing.
Certainly, and now we get the next media time out of the period, though.
Certainly do. We'll step aside for 30 seconds and be right back here on Mixler.com and live on YouTube.
It's a place of extraordinary education. It's where heroes begin and potential is realized. A place of purpose and dedication. A devotion to learning, to pushing the boundaries of our understanding of medicine. It's our purpose, our mission, to prepare our students for the uncertain future, to keep asking new questions, to find new answers. This is LECOM. We make doctors. It's time to get to work.
At Collier's, we take pride in delivering great barbecue every day. Our slow-cooked, smoky-flavored home cooking is a favorite among young and old. From signature spare ribs and baby back ribs to brisket and chicken. But did you know that Collier's caters too? We offer a full range of catering options to suit any event, from wedding and corporate events to graduation parties, retirement and...
My apologies to Collier's Barbecue, but it looks like we're getting set to go a little bit quicker than I was anticipating, but we'll get Collier's Barbecue back again here in just a few seconds. So, long look as that faceoff won back by Blacksmith. He has been very effective for the Wolves this season, as once again trying to move this puck back down. Blake Peavy trying to get there. He pins it to the boards. Peavy turns that puck around, sent back to the blue line and out. Yarwood has to turn. Blacksmith beats him out. Getting back, Cody Rogers looking, waiting, and the shot does not come. Blacksmith, he got tied up there. Cody Rogers hustling back. Did an excellent job. That's part of that positional play I was talking about back before the game. And again, Colby, he's the reason you named him hot player to watch.
Rogers has been absolutely solid on both ends of the ice.
As that one sent back down, and that'll have to be covered up by Sammy Bernard. 56 seconds to go in the power play. 9:19 to go in period one. It's 1-0 River Sharks. Still coming on that goal just 22 seconds in by David Gaeta. What a play. And again, the River Sharks looking to add to that.
Yeah, that forehand backhander, if you missed it, absolute beauty for Elmira to get the game started.
Beauty of YouTube. Go back, rewind, check it out. Great goal. As it back the other way, Jurich moving it ahead. Up the ice it comes, Gaeta with it. Speak of, throws that across, finds Jurich, but it goes just through Jurich's glove. As that puck pinned to the boards. Couple Watertown Wolves in there digging for it. Thrown back towards the slot, tried to get it out. Could not, as now it'll be turned around by Thornton. Thornton poke checked at. And again, poke checked away. Excellent work there by the River Sharks. Gaeta trying to get there, taken away by Thornton. Backhander, and it goes just wide. A little bit lackadaisical defensively there for the River Sharks.
Well, and David A. Gaeta talked about have to touch up on his defense here moving forward.
As Yarwood breaks in, dumps off for Jurich. Jurich all the way back across. Gaeta chasing after it. He gets hit before he even touches the puck. So a little bit of interference, but all the way back down. Sammy Bernard back to play it. Sammy Bernard very quick with that paddle when the penalty is coming to an end. He starts at about 12 seconds, which is a little bit longer than most goaltenders that I'm familiar with seeing.
Certainly unusual, yeah.
Pucks move back along. Quick up. Vartiainen into the zone as that's dumped off. Sergeev backhands that back to center ice as Pozar will move it back. Marty Muka banks it off the boards. Can't quite reach Vartiainen. Blacksmith hustling. Vartiainen tying him up. And puck will be sent right in the slot. Dabari has it taken away from him. Now Elmira looking back the other way. The River Sharks trying to hustle this puck back ahead. It's Davidson into the zone. A little drop pass back. Vartiainen puts a shot up and off a leg pad as Mercurio hustles that puck back up. Here comes Trevor Lord. Lord cutting wide. He's forced to the outside. Banks that one off the post, or excuse me, off the back boards. My apologies. As that one shoved back ahead, Trevor Lord will get it right back. Poke checked away from him. Trying to hustle back out is Brett Parker. Parker pushing it ahead, trying to get around his man Sergeev. He does, takes it down below the goal line. Parker, he's running too hard, but still keeps moving with the puck. Back to the point, Asp shoots that one, deflected off his own man. That'll come back out, and Seaman hustling it back. Parker already back a shot, and saved by Sammy Bernard. Lord wraps it around the boards. Chasing after it now is MJ Merkel, swatting at it, can't come up with it. Now he gets it back to center ice and into the River Sharks bench. That'll bring a faceoff just out to center.
Well, and you can see what the game plan is here for the River Sharks when Trevor Lord's on the ice. They're trying to force him to the outside boards as far as they can get him. Give Seaman a chance. As that graphic on the YouTube screen is wrong. It's the Danbury Hat Tricks that are going to be in here on Friday for a 7:05 game. But Friday the 19th is right. Watertown going to be back here.
All right, face-off won back by Elmira as Rasmus Asp takes a look. Yeah, I noticed that one too, Colby. That was a weird one there as that's turned around. Merkel will have to get onside and does, as now the Watertown Wolves able to reset back behind their net. 7 minutes to go in the first period. Still a 1-0 River Shark lead. Shots on goal much lower than they were last night, 7-6 at the moment. Played off, moved back ahead. Brett Parker, who has been a little bit more dangerous going down into the play, as that puck goes down to Merkel. Merkel throws towards the net, deflects up, and a big hit there on Elijah Wilson, but he keeps possession. Back to the point. Looking back for Wilson. Tipped away from him and back out to Thornton. Thornton trying to get around. Gets by. Rasmus Asp was digging for it right towards the front of shot. Sammy Bernard with a save. Back off and in the back of the net. Not going to be happy with that one as Bernard made the initial save. And on the delayed penalty, the Wolves are going to score.
Well, Bernard just got tied up on that goal. I mean, you can't really have that if you're the River Sharks. Trevor Lord, though, unique coverage. I mean, he comes right in with that putt, fires a shot, and he's just able to bank his own rebound.
As that went into the corner and then banked right off the defender who was standing there to guard the front of the net. It ends up in the back of the net, and the River Sharks are now tied 1-1.
Tough break.
So Vartiainen set to take the draw, playing center now, and between Davidson and Gaeta as that's banked back out to center ice by the Wolves. Dumped back in. Bernard there for it, wrapped around the boards. Looking for Gaeta. Gaeta looks up ice, sends it hard. Davidson into the zone. Darius Davidson cuts through, keeps possession, throws it towards the net, deflected, and that'll be turned around the other way by Watertown. Quick responses were the name of the game last night as Posar skates back to play. Posar off the boards, back to center, can't come out with it as Botero has it in his skates. Right back out to center ice. Chips back, and nobody on the River Sharks can come up with it. Mercurio sends it and has it picked off by Vartiainen. Vartiainen in, firing that one off a leg. Vartiainen back towards the front backhander over the top of the net. Comes back towards Posar, but it's picked off. Gamzatov hustling it out. Gamzatov down the near side boards. He's tied up with Posar, and it's brought back. Gaeta turning off. Still with possession. Drops that back for Yarwood. Chips it out, trying to get it to Darius Davidson, but no. Blacksmith able to move it back down deeper. Picked off by Yarwood. Yarwood with possession up the far side boards now. Will dump that off for Mark Posar. Quick changes here for the River Sharks.
Trying to keep the legs fresh here.
As they take their time, Posar catching his breath back behind the big 6'5" netminder. Looking up ice. Trying to hustle it out. It's turned around by Peavy. Back to Posar. Posar looking. Turns it around, takes it back behind the net. Chase Dabari all over him. As that's banked off the boards to center ice. Nobody in a River Sharks jersey out there. Watertown just turns it around easily. Sergeev with it. Passing it ahead. Dabari couldn't handle. Now he gets it back. Dabari into the zone. Drops a pass there. Blacksmith passed across. Doyle with it. Winding, firing, and it's into the corner. Excellent move there with the big blocker. Back out the other side. Trying to move it along is Brett Parker. Parker's tied up. Cuts around, gets in the zone, turning around. Throws it towards the front. Shot, and a penalty upcoming. And the River Sharks going to go back to the power play. The slash being called against the Watertown Wolves.
Well, and that was a great heads-up play by Brett Parker to skate into the zone like he did. You talked about how he's been more dangerous recently. I think a big part of that is the confidence. Yeah, he's yet to get that first goal. He's only had assists to this point, but Parker definitely playing great hockey here these last couple weeks for Elmira.
Certainly has, and, of course, still short a defenseman with Pickford still sitting out there. We will go to the quick media timeout and be right back after this. Solis turns on the Jets. Beating of Ashkin, looking, waiting, shooting, goal! Stavros Solis!
Hockey is back. Your Elmira River Sharks return to the First Arena Friday, January 5th to kick off the new year against the defending Commissioners Cup champions, the Danbury Hat Tricks. Puck drops at 7:05. Get your tickets online on Ticketmaster.com, on the Ticketmaster app, or by calling the box office, 607-734-PUCK. River Sharks Hockey. Fear the Fin.
And welcome into... All right, with that, we are back. 4:25 to go here in the first period, 1-1, as the River Sharks are about to enter the power play for the second time here tonight.
And that River Sharks power play went for naught on the first opportunity. Again, like I said, very streaky here in recent memory, but River Sharks certainly know what they need to get the job done, and Tyler Jurich had a couple of clean looks on that first power play, and he's right back out there, slotted in on the left wing side.
So, River Sharks go with Jurich, Wilson, Gaeta, Yarwood, and Rogers, as that puck won back again by Watertown. And again, that struggle to start the shift with the puck does hurt. Back out the other way comes Thornton. Thornton hustling back in for Watertown. The Wolves trying to move this puck around, but Rogers comes out with it this time. Rogers looks up ice and decides better of it, takes it back behind his own crease. Looks up, Elijah Wilson looking for a stretch pass, not going to get it as that's sent back in by Botero. Just missed Thornton, who will take it down in the corner. Thornton back towards the point. Botero with it now. Botero's tied up, trying to come up with it. Jurich, he does, gets it up to Gaeta. Gaeta has it stripped away from him. Now Rogers back on Botero. And the River Sharks struggling here on the power play. Now it's moved along up to Gaeta. Gaeta hustling it towards the offensive zone. He breaks in, continues to cut through. 4 Wolves right there on the doorstep as that's wound up and slapped all the way back down by the defense. Sammy Bernard sees Blacksmith chasing that puck into the zone. Now there goes Dabari picking it off at center as he's tied up. Yarwood trying to battle. Puck is pushed into the zone, and Dabari will turn it right back around. Jurich cuts it off from Dabari. Passed along to Gaeta. Into the zone as Henning was throwing the body around. Yarwood trying to get it away. Now it is picked off. Peavy with it towards the slot. Can't get it there. Gaeta chasing it down. He comes away with the puck. Gaeta wrapping it around the boards. Back for it, Tyler Jurich, the head coach. Wrapping that puck back around the boards one more time. Sergeev throws it up the boards, and Yarwood will pick off. Last 30 seconds of the power play. River Sharks finally getting it set up. Thrown back to the point. Yarwood fakes a shot, passes over. Cody Rogers back to Yarwood, back to Rogers. Winds back down low. Jurich trying to get the opportunity. Now he gets it back. Back up to Cody Rogers. Rogers takes his time. Back to Tyler Jurich. Jurich throws it right from his spot, and that one will be covered up.
Well, you talked about the puck possession being a struggle for Elmira here on the power play. I mean, just in general, River Sharks have had a hard time winning faceoffs here against Watertown. Have had a hard time just in the center spot this season getting that consistency. And all those puck battles here tied up along the boards, out in the neutral zone. Elmira's just had a hard time, I don't want to say keeping up with Watertown, but just keeping the physicality level high.
As Muka does win that draw, Pickford has it. Pickford fresh out of the box. He's had some time to rest the legs. Pickford with a shot deflected towards the front. Backhander again. Another shot. Goal! Lari Vartiainen on the power play.
We've said it all season, John, but good things happen when you go to the net, and Larry right there on the doorstep to go on the backhand, firing that one up glove side.
His second of the season, and Larry a beautiful, beautiful rebound goal as Austin Pickford just slaps it down. It comes loose in front. Vartiainen gets it, backhands it right past Rosenzweig.
And that's another one where Rosenzweig, I don't think he necessarily knew where the puck was, kind of dived looking for it.
So a power play tally as Lord trying to get there. It's picked off, and again, swatted at, slashed at, was Darius Davidson. He and Lord coming together as that's one back. Elmira chasing now as Watertown has possession. 2-1 in favor of the River Sharks with 2:10 to go in period number 1. Trying to move this puck up. So Pickford gets the second assist on that goal. Excellent work there by the River Sharks power play. Right at the tail end of it, too. Moved back along. Chop back down as the River Sharks looking up ice. Darius Davidson was looking for a pass, not going to get it. Rosenzweig sends that into the corner, and Davidson beats out every Wolf to it. Pass towards the slot again. Dumped back in as Stephen Ford going off for a line change. Gaeta pinching in. That puck will be sent back out to Thornton. Thornton avoids the check, hustling out. 3-on-2 for the Wolves the other way. Pass off to Seaman. Seaman with a shot deflected into the corner. And now again, right back out to Sergeev. Picked off, sent back below the goal line. Nobody at the upper point near the near side as Gaeta picks it off. Now he sends it ahead. Elijah Wilson into the zone. Wilson cuts around. Keeps possession. Sends it back down low looking for Parker. Gaeta going to get there, however. Gaeta with possession looking back behind the net as it goes back out to Yarwood, who keeps the zone. Yarwood banks it off the boards again. Back down in the corner. Big hit, but Yarwood stands tall. Looking. Pass back along. Towards the net. Deflected in the front. And a stick is broken along the sideboards. Elmira keeps the zone again. Still some trouble as they can't get possession as now it's worked out by Seaman. Seaman back out over the blue line. Dumps that to Gamzatov. Shot save by the big man.
On Watertown leading that rush down ice with authority. 10th shot of the game. River Sharks leading that department 11-10. Watertown was just some heads-up play on offense here in this first period. A lot of rushes, breakout passes out of the zone, something we've seen all too often from them this season.
Well, with 51.9 seconds to go, Elmira going to be looking to keep things where they are, but they'd love to add some more offense here, Colby. As that one tied up, they do win that one back. As again, as I've been talking about all period, the face-off wins have been hard to come by for the River Sharks. Mike Mercurio picks that puck up, however, sends it back to the point. Big shot deflected and goes just wide. Lots of little tips from the Wolves. You've seen that all weekend long as Asp comes out with it, hustling it through, bounces that puck deep into the zone. Back to Edit. Rosenzweig plays it around the boards. Missed Mercurio, missed Blacksmith as well. Cody Rogers will go back to play. Rogers, quick out, gets that puck bouncing through the neutral zone. Flip back ahead. Rogers will have to go back and play as it's left behind by his netminder. Cody Rogers flipping it back towards center ice. Jumps onto the stick of Dustin Henning. He has to wait for his men to get onside. They do. Henning into the zone. Cutting low. The defenseman towards the front shot. Turned aside again. Sammy Bernard coming up big. Kicked along for Cody Rogers. They're going to blow play dead. Did the net come off? Doesn't look like it. There's 6 Wolves out there. Too many men on the ice.
It wasn't even close either. Dabari was the last man who jumped off the bench, and so Watertown going to get this too many men on the ice call.
With 3 seconds to go. I mean, there's no denying it. There was definitely too many men on the ice. And
they're going to send Alexander Gamzatov to serve it.
So face-off with 3 seconds to go. Saw a similar situation last night, but the River Sharks unable to capitalize and did go into the third period with a power play. We'll see if they can win this draw. They wait. Puck is dropped. One back. Yarwood with it. Back to Jurich. Fires, and he can't get that one to go, and that'll do it.
Nice shot block from Henning to end the period. That's the one thing you talked about on the offensive end. The Wolves have been getting those tips all weekend long. Watching back the game film on Friday against Danbury, had a couple of goals that went their way in that department. But also this weekend, Watertown struggled against Binghamton last week in terms of getting shot blocks, in terms of just all-around defensive zone play. But that's something that they've certainly turned around this weekend. But now they go into the intermission down 1 to Elmira, of course.
Rosenzweig now complaining to the officials as he exits the ice, not happy about something. And again, always goaltenders. They got to go down and have chats with every off-ice official. It's always interesting to watch, to say the least. But here on New Year's Eve, River Sharks have that 2-1 lead. They've come out with the fireworks, Colby.
Well, and Rosenzweig, just talking about the goaltender play in that first period, I mean, talked about Sammy Bernard on the other end, but Rosenzweig, again, it's his first weekend back, his second game, as Bouchard, of course, played last night up in Watertown. Rosenzweig looked pretty sharp in that first period all around, had some key saves for Watertown, and of course, like you said, that shot number, a little bit low all around for that first period.
Yeah, 11-10, which, again, favors the River Sharks, but it was a much higher number last night in Watertown, and again, surprising to see as these two teams really came out and hammered each other last night. But again, third game of a 3-3, so I guess maybe a little bit of fatigue after the less than 12-hour start. So
I wouldn't say fatigue would be the thing, considering the way the River Sharks started with 3 shots right in the first minute and a half, but definitely a little bit of a slower end of the period, but the River Sharks are going to come out, start the second period with 1:57 of power play time.
We'll have to see how it shakes out here in the second period. Obviously, that power play coming up, going to be huge. See if the River Sharks can expand on the lead, something they haven't been able to do as of late. When they get the lead, they tend to cough it up. If they can get out to a 2-goal lead, might help them out a lot going down the stretch. Period of the long change coming up. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll be talking about that first period here on Mixler.com and live on YouTube. Soilis turns on the Jets. Beating of Ashkin, looking, waiting, shooting, goal! Stavros Soilis!
Hockey is back. Your Elmira River Sharks return to the First Arena Friday, January 5th to kick off the new year against the defending Commissioners Cup champions, the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Puck drops at 7:05. Get your tickets online on Ticketmaster.com, on the Ticketmaster app, or by calling the box office, 607-734-PUCK. River Sharks Hockey. Fear the Thin.
Hello and welcome into another edition of the Coaches Show right here live from Round and Third, just around the corner from the First Arena.
always.
All right. Appreciate y'all coming down. And, of course, all of you watching live on YouTube here with head coach Tyler Jurich and Captain Stavros Soilis back up here on the Coaches Show for another night with us. Great last few games, big 3-game winning streak. Kind of talk us through it, how everything kind of started off and what you're seeing from this team so far.
I mean, I've been saying it for at least over a month now that we're just trying to put the right pieces together and just trying to make a winning team. It was obviously, it was pretty obvious that we were getting there, just a couple pieces away, and we just have to keep winning though. You know, we don't settle at 3 straight wins and a 6-9 record. We want to just keep going and keep winning.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's buying into the system and, coming to the rink every day, ready to improve, get better, and yeah, everybody's playing for each other, and that's the key to success.
And talking about buying in, obviously that's a huge part of any team, but when you look at this team and this organization, you guys have obviously had to flip the page a few times with constant roster movement, with the way that things have kind of played out, and obviously another couple call-ups this week, some injuries this week. As a coach especially, how do you find those pieces when you don't have the minor league system that some of these other teams do, where they've already scouted, they know? What do you do to kind of keep up with the ever-changing roster?
I think we're 15 games in, and the guys who are still here aren't injured or called up. Kind of just show the next little wave that comes in to help us out. Kind of how we do things, and it kind of is contagious. So, the new guys that come in, they've been great this week, and hopefully they can help us out in Motor City. But we have a nice core group now. It's hard to get that with a brand new team, but it seems like we have that now. It's nice to see. And
you comment on that, Stavi. I want to ask you from the leadership group side perspective here. How is it working with a lot of these guys who just played their first pro game this year? I mean, how are they buying in and really helping those new guys adapt, like Coach was just talking about?
Yeah, no, everybody's, we had our little rocky moments, but everybody's come together, and the new team jitters have been out of the way, and like I said before, we're buying in, and everything else has just been rolling.
Perfect. And now, obviously, again, you've tied your longest winning streak of the season at 3, and now as you look to move on and get one step forward, you look at to play Motor City, your only trip out to Michigan, but your first real road trip as well. And we've kind of talked about it over the last few weeks, what it means to get on the road with the boys, to get some time in a hotel, to eat breakfast together, to do all those things that they don't get to do here at home. So how big is this road trip, especially considering the number of guys that you're out via injury, via call-ups, all of that?
Yeah, it'd be nice to not have all those guys injured and called up, obviously, but good for the guys who are called up and the guys who are injured. Hopefully we get back soon. A road trip right before Christmas, probably not the ideal time, but we know that we're going there for a business trip. Obviously, they can have fun and have fun together, whatever it might be, of dinner, breakfast, like you said. But it's a business trip, so we got to go out there and find a way. Motor City's a good team, but I mean, all the teams right now, late December and January, depleted, so we can't use it as an excuse. We just got to, take it, play Friday, and go from there.
Well, knowing that too, and I mean, you bring it up, but I mean, Motor City, they're depleted too, the same situation, but this is the last time you guys play them, and right now the season series sits at 3-1. Obviously, you guys are very well aware of that as of what came early in the season. You guys had some great success against them on a Friday night and then turned it around on Saturday. So kind of what are you taking from those 4 experiences into these games, and what are you talking to the guys about how important this series is, especially with the team now in our division?
I'd say it doesn't. The 3-1 doesn't even matter because I mean we're a completely different team, and they're a different team. We were brand new. They've been together for a year and a half now, so we're going out there with a completely new mindset and new group, and we just take it one game at a time. We'll do okay.
And speaking of one game at a time, it's kind of been a building process, as you talked about here already. But getting a netminder like Sammy Bernard in there, a guy like Stephen Klink, who was very productive over the last couple of games, the last couple wins here for you. What are those kind of players coming in? How big of a difference have they made here on the roster?
Obviously, a huge difference. Sammy's outstanding. He played amazing last weekend. And Klink, you can't say enough about a 21-year-old kid doing what he's doing. So. But that's what good teams have good players. So good for them, and great for us that we have them. But that's what good teams have good players. So I mean, it's great.
Well, I'd love to hear that. Obviously, anything great is always positive for the team. And now, again, Stavi, from the player perspective, as we look at what what goes on a road trip, how it's different from the homestand for the fans watching at home on YouTube. How much does it really change the day-to-day for the playing staff?
No, I mean, I always said, like, road trips always bring the guys closer together. Obviously, like Tyler was saying, right before Christmas is never the most fun, but Michigan trips are always a good time. I feel after watching practice for this past week, like everybody's ready to go and work for these two big division games.
For sure. And now as we talk about divisional games, obviously getting into a portion of the schedule where you're going to see some guys from different divisions now. Obviously a Columbus trip is coming up in the not too distant future and all that. But again, you're also getting into a heavier part of the schedule. We're going to see back-to-back games again for the second week in a row, something that you guys haven't had to deal with a lot in the first part of the season. And then when we come back, it's 3 and 3 nights on the 29th, 30th, and 31st, including a road trip and the Saturday night game. So how are you talking to the guys, especially with a big break coming up too? They're going to get to, disperse for the holiday. What are you saying to the guys here as we're getting ready for this last real part of the first half of the season?
I think we definitely have to go out to Motor City, take care of business, and then, you get a nice break and you utilize a break. Rest and breaks are good sometimes. So coming back for 3 and 3 will be nice and fresh, and said it every time on the show, probably, John, that nothing better than 3 and 3. So no excuses from this group.
Just a 4 and 4.
Yeah, 4 and 4 is even better.
How about 7 and 9?
If we can do 7 and 7s, that would be, I don't think anybody's going to complain about that. So.
And there it is. And that being said, we're talking about the second half of the season already and looking towards it. That's really a huge point. You guys have brought yourselves all the way back to within a breath of the playoffs right now. Obviously, top 4 teams in each division are going to make the playoffs. 2 points back of Watertown right now. Are you guys already standings watching, or is that just the media booth?
No, I don't think there's any need to standing watch. If we just do what we're working to do and we're all buying in together, everything will take care of itself, and I think that's pretty clear. Obviously, there's lulls in the season, and good teams get better as the season goes on. So that's what our goal is here.
Awesome. Now, obviously, again, with the first halfway point of the season for you guys now, as you're getting into it as your coaching career, as well as for the River Sharks as an organization. What can you take out of that first half as you head towards the second half? And again, just what can you build on here as far as the organization goes?
So learning is how hard it is to win in pro hockey. Obviously, as a new team. Once you figure it out and the guys get confidence, I think they're learning now how to win, how to show up to the rink every day knowing that they're gonna win. And I think Saturday night was a prime example, going down 2-1.
All right, folks, sorry about that. We had head coach Tyler Jurich's coach's corner there again. My apologies for that. As
the temperature outside is dropping.
Well, I'm having some technical difficulties in my own barn for once. That doesn't happen too often. But again, we're about to go live here in the arena, so we've got a lot to talk about, Colby, and obviously we'll get to the period after a second. But before we get into that, we've got some great merch to talk about, so we'll get on that first and make sure everybody hears about all that. Love it. Love to see it. So as they're going to be joining us right here in the broadcast booth. As we get set here. I love it. There you go. As Colby sitting here displaying this brand new Tyler Jurich 300 career FPHL goals t-shirt, and isn't that a beauty? Available on Dash Auctions. Pick that up. There's only, I believe, 25 of those available, just $25 a piece. Make sure you get your hands on that. Also on Dash Auctions tonight, celebrate the new year with this 2024 puck signed by one of your Elmira River Sharks. This one, Cody Rogers. Not a bad piece of merchandise. And, of course, those beautiful New Year's Eve jerseys, Colby. We've been talking about them all through the first period, and they're a beauty. They've got those big, bright fireworks on them. Chance to get those right on the Dash app. Auction, make sure you get on over there, pick it up. Of course, 4 jerseys will be live auctioned right over there in 105 after the game, so make sure if you're in the building here tonight, get a chance to win one of those jerseys. Go on over there, place a bid, and help out as the Elmira River Sharks kick off New Year's Eve the right way.
Well, we're already kicking off New Year's Eve the right way. A 2-1 lead after the first 20 minutes of play, John.
21 minutes? Okay, here we go as the River Sharks up 2-1. Started off 22 seconds into that first period. A beautiful goal by David Gaeta. And then, of course, the Wolves come roaring back as they so often do. But a late Lari Vartiainen goal giving the Sharks the edge here, which is something they struggled to do last night, getting any kind of momentum built and going. Shots on goal, 11-10. The Sharks on the power play. 1 for 4. Obviously, they've got another opportunity that just started, so fresh sheet of ice, going to have to take advantage of that. And big nod to Sammy Bernard back in the crease, 90% on the save percentage right now. You love to see that out of the big man.
Well, and coming into the second period, 1:57, so you go into the room here, you have a few minutes, take a breather and come out here in the second period and hopefully add that insurance goal.
Well, it certainly helps to have Tyler Jurich out there, along with, obviously, your hot player to watch. No doubt about that one.
Yeah, Cody Rogers, great effort by him these last couple of games. Solid performance all around last night. And you saw him in the first period. He was directing traffic on the power play and had a few solid touches on that.
Certainly did. As we look at as we look at the standings board here, it'll be a bright light for Elmira if they're able to come away with a victory here tonight. They have lost some ground to those Watertown Wolves, sitting there in fourth place, 7 wins, 10 losses, 1 overtime loss for 24 points, just 8 points ahead of your River Sharks. Danbury with 23 games, 7 wins, 10 losses, 2 overtime wins for 31 points, so still very catchable here. A lot of season left to go. Motor City 10-5-4, 38 big points in 21 games. And Binghamton, of course, leading the division 16-2-4 with 54 points. Those Black Bears have been a pain in the side for your Elmira River Sharks and continue to do that on Friday afternoon. Now, of course, as we look ahead, the second period, the period of the long change, the River Sharks going to be right back here trying to scratch and claw their way through this one, but always an interesting period there. They got 3 big goals in the game last night in Watertown in the second period. What do they have to do here moving forward?
River Sharks just got to get out here and trust the confidence and, try to build off what they did in that first period. I mean, Brett Parker was a guy we talked about quite a bit in that first period, a guy who's been playing with an edge these last few games. He's going to be a guy that they're going to look to at even strength more than likely. But, that power play, again, going to be crucial to start the period.
Certainly are. So a lot to look forward to. But, again, the River Sharks back home on Friday night as well. So just 5 short days away. A 1-game weekend for the Elmira River Sharks. Get your tickets on Ticketmaster.com or by calling the box office 607-734-PUCK. Fill up the Shark Tank on Friday night against the defending Commissioner's Cup champions, the Danbury Hat-Tricks. As we get going here, went a little bit over on that one, but
just a tiny bit.
Well, hey, we got a Hawk merch. That's the fun part.
For sure.
As again, we've got a ton of stuff going on, and to make sure you guys all join us here for every game that we have coming up, and it looks like they're about ready to throw some merch into the crowd. So we'll step aside again. When we come back, the River Sharks take the ice for period number 2.
The temperature outside is dropping, but the certificate rates at IRFCU are on the rise. If you are looking to stash away some cash, make it work for you. Check out the certificate rates here at Ingersoll Rand Federal Credit Union by visiting us online at IngersollRandFCU.com. Members can open a share certificate right from their mobile app or through our online banking platform. Saving has never been easier. Make your money work for you at IRFCU.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health, and Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do, because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients, focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
Frisbee Welding LLC in Spencer, New York is partnering with the River Sharks this season. They're a local family-owned company that manufactures hay feeding and handling equipment, as well as a dealer for over 40 equipment lines for everything from large farming operations to your hobbyists and homesteaders. They offer top-of-the-line equipment and more economical versions to fit your needs. Find them on Facebook or call or text Chris at 607-422-0820 for your landscaping, construction, agriculture, snow removal, forestry, and sportsman's attachments and equipment needs.
Trust your smile to Elmira Family Dentistry, the best dental care in the region. Their Wand STA anesthesia system provides a pain-free way to take care of any dental problem. Their latest digital x-ray systems provide a highest standard diagnostic record. Elmira Family Dentistry offers routine and deep cleanings, fillings and bonding, crowns, implants, root canals, and Sure Smile orthodontics. Elmira Family Dentistry at 311 West Church Street in Elmira. Call 607-733-6825 today.
It's a place of extraordinary education. It's where heroes begin and potential is realized. A place of purpose and dedication. A devotion to learning, to pushing the boundaries of our understanding of medicine. It's our purpose, our mission, to to prepare our students for the uncertain future, to keep asking new questions, to find new answers. This is LECOM. We make doctors. It's time to get to work.
At Collier's, we take pride in delivering great barbecue every day. Our slow-cooked, smoky-flavored home cooking is a favorite among young and old, from signature spare ribs and baby back ribs to brisket and chicken. But did you know that Collier's caters too? We offer a full range of catering options to suit any event, from wedding and corporate events to graduation parties, retirement and backyard barbecues, and pig roasts. If you have an event coming up, give us a call. We're now booking for the 2024 season. At Collier's, we do great barbecue, and that's just the beginning. Call today and book your next event with Rhea at 570-888-2927 for Collier's.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health. Counted on us to heal you, support you, encourage you, get you back on your feet. And for more than a century, Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do. Because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Looking forward while embracing our legacy. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients. Focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. At Arnett, we're nurses, doctors, and teams of other caregivers inspired by healing. We know your physical, emotional, and spiritual health are each part of the whole of you. To continue a tradition of medicine driven by compassion, teaching, and healing. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
All right, with that, we are back here live as we get set. Power play about to commence. Puck is won back. Elmira starts it with the puck, bounces that off the boards. Chasing after was Ford, can't come up with it. Pickford gets tied up, and back in the other way it goes. Shot deflected off of Sammy Bernard. Will be right up against the rope ladder that's back behind there. And with 19:48 to go in period number 2, minute 45 again. So they swap sides as, again, period of the long change. River Sharks in those festive New Year's Eve jerseys. Watertown in those visiting whites. That face-off again won by the River Sharks as Elmira trying to set things up. It's Cameron Yarwood having it behind the net. Hustling out, it's Gaeta. Gaeta would love to get something started like he did back in the first period as that puck bounced right back in by Watertown. Patero gives a little extra chop to Pickford after the contact at center ice. Now Gaeta cutting through, has some trouble as that puck hops on him. Now Patero picks it up. The Wolves toss that puck right back in, and again, trouble getting set up on the power play. It's been a constant theme here.
Yeah, Cameron Yarwood's had a hard time leading the power play breakout.
As Pickford gets over the red line. Into the zone, keeps possession of the puck. Pickford passes it across. Now Yarwood, top of the circle, winds, fires, and it's saved as Rosenzweig kept hold of that puck, but Doyle was pushing on Ford. Hold on, what's about to happen here?
Officials were looking over to the penalty box.
Not happy with the Watertown Wolf player. I believe that was Chase Tabari he was admonishing, but Mike Mercurio, the one skating over towards the official.
I don't think there was enough there to draw any sort of penalty, but again, you got to be careful. Contact right at the top of the blue paint like that. There is going to be a penalty. They're going to give one to Rosenzweig.
All right. Tabari, he's firing off at the mouth. Better watch it. These referees have not been patient.
You saw it with that misconduct to Pitford back in the first period, and the penalty going to be served by Trevor Lord.
So 5-on-3 for the next 1 minute. Peavy waiting. The referee is not taking any guff tonight as, again, Watertown wins the draw. Sergeev with it. Sergeev off the boards. Knocked down by Jurich, but he can't keep the zone. Jurich back across to Yarwood. Again, a couple pieces of Elmira alumni. So it is a roughing call as Jurich picks it up and will look up ice. 43 seconds to go. Jurich trying to hustle this ahead. He's into the zone. Drops that for Gaeta. Gaeta having some trouble controlling as the River Sharks have had trouble controlling. Now Yarwood has possession. Yarwood looking, waiting, passing down low for Gaeta. Back to Yarwood. Yarwood looks down, finds Gaeta again. Gaeta turning, passing across into the corner. It's Pickford. Pickford looks back, finds Tyler Jurich. Last 15 seconds. Back to Yarwood, a shot. Deflects off a leg. And now Pickford chasing to get there. He does. Hustling back ahead. Jurich right in the middle. Throws towards the front. Shot deflected wide. Last 5 seconds of 5-on-3. Back to the point. Yarwood taking his time. Back across. Gamzatov is out. Passing across. Jurich across for Yarwood again. Yarwood back down low for Gaeta. Gaeta tosses that back below the goal line. Finds Tyler Jurich. Jurich trying to work it out. Gets it over to Gaeta again. Fakes a shot. Back to Pickford. Pickford. Shot deflected. Goes just wide. Yarwood able to keep the zone. 43 seconds to go in the 5-on-4. Back down low to Tyler Jurich. Jurich back to Yarwood. Yarwood spins off. Back to Jurich. Big windup. A shot off a man. And now Watertown will get a free out as Dustin Henning able to use his body to move that puck out of the zone. Gamzatov fresh out of the box. Throws that puck on Bernard. And Bernard covers that one up. Gamzatov stays in the area. 24 seconds to go in the man advantage on the penalty to Rosenzweig.
On a rough start all around in the period for Elmira. The first minute and a half or so had a hard time even breaking the puck out of their zone. Then you get it down in the zone and you're having a hard time generating shot lanes. The Wolves, great coverage in the zone, blocked things off.
As that puck kicked along, pushed back ahead, and now the River Sharks hustle it out. It's Elijah Wilson with it. Passing across, back in the zone. Marty Muka looking. Drops back. He was looking for Wilson, but Wilson couldn't get the one-timer off. Lets that puck roll all the way around as Asp picks it up. Last 10 seconds of the power play. Towards the front, deflected, but off a leg, and now that'll be covered up. Last 4 seconds of the power play. As I said, Bernard starts that stick tap very, very early.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, get your guys fired up, right?
I mean, sends kind of an emergency vibe, though.
Wow. It's not an SOS call just yet.
As, again, faceoff comes to the right-hand side of Rosenzweig. Muka set to take the draw. He does win that one back. Asp will pick it up. Asp ahead. Back down low, looking for the tip for Darius Davidson. Could not get it. As now Dabari trying to hustle it out. Chase Dabari gets it ahead. Botero sends it wide. Doyle hustling. He gets it in the zone offensively. Throws it up and into the netting. 16:49 to go, period number 2. 2-1 River Sharks.
And Watertown, you got to think the Wolves are going to be pressuring here on goal these next couple of minutes. You play shorthanded for the first 3+ of the period, and you do a great job all around on the defensive end. And Watertown, great in the face-off circles. They'll get this one to the left of Bernard.
As the face-off comes here, one back. Trying to play it out. They swat that one. Elijah Wilson looking up ice. Feeds it along, trying to play it off. It's knocked back down. Rogers with it. Passes back. Asp throws that puck ahead, but can't get it to move forward. Now Rogers will have to go back to play. Rogers has Wilson, but decides better of it. Goes to Davidson. Davidson right through the middle. Throws a shot, but it goes off the defenseman. And a penalty upcoming again. Cross-check going to be the call. And Botero going to chirp the official. 2 minutes on the cross-check.
Well, there's nothing that you can debate about a call like that. When you come in like Botero did, you draw the 2 minutes, and you should just take it. Botero going to sit here, and Elmira going to go back to the power play. And again, struggled here to start the period on the power play, but hopefully can get the ship right this time around.
Well, that'll be the goal as, again, Ford out here to take the draw. As I said, he's been moving up offensively a little bit here. As that face-off one back. And will be played by Cody Rogers, gotten down a little deeper. Jurich gets it down lower, trying to play this puck off. Back to the point, Rogers with it. Rogers passed across for Yarwood. Yarwood back down low to Gaeta, back out to the point to Rogers. Rogers across, finds Tyler Jurich. Jurich passed across. Yarwood couldn't control the pass. Now it'll be turned around, back to the point to Rogers. Rogers spins off, back to Tyler Jurich. Passed across, looking for Yarwood, can't get it to go, and it'll come back out 2-on-1 for Watertown. Short-handed attempt. Dabari passes back. Pass across. Broken up by Cody Rogers. Excellent move there by the defenseman. As Ford hustles it up. Ford has Wilson on his right. Breaks in. Cuts wide on Blacksmith. Ford back around. Finds Wilson. Gets it back to Yarwood. Yarwood winds. Fires deflected, and it goes just wide. Hustling back in is Cody Rogers. He's poke checked off. Back to get it, Elijah Wilson. Wilson backhanded. Finds Rogers. Rogers passed across looking for Yarwood, but not in position as they'll be back. Elijah Wilson back off the boards. Gaeta picks it up. Gaeta turning it. 50 seconds to go in the man advantage. He cuts through a defender. Right in the slot. Shot saved. Turned around again. Right back towards the front. Looking for the backhander. Can't get it. Shot back down deep, and it'll be covered up as Rosenzweig scrambled to pick up that puck.
Still got 41 seconds of time to work with, and all around a more solid start to the power play here for Elmira, directing traffic in the offensive zone, but the Wolves can't emphasize enough. They keep clogging up those shot lanes. Elmira's had a hard time getting putts to the net.
As now, long look here. 15:07 to go, period number 2. Watertown trying to make a late change, not going to be allowed to do that. As they look, Vartiainen up front now. As Peavy set to take the draw. Peavy ties up his man, back to the point. It's Pickford, back to Yarwood. Wine fires, glove saved, but it goes wide as it comes out to Tyler Jurich. Jurich back to the point to Pickford. Pickford across, finds Yarwood, looking for Jurich. Jurich has it now. Side circle, back to Pickford. Pickford over to Yarwood. Fake shot, now he deflects it right in on net, and it's turned out aside quickly by Watertown. 20 seconds to go. Back behind, Sammy Bernard leaves for Pickford. Pickford looking up ice. The head coach up by the blue line now. Trying to hustle it out, it's Yarwood. Yarwood into the zone, looking. Still with possession. Last 7 of the power play, towards the front, poke checked away. Banked off the boards and back to center where Pickford picks it up. Pickford passes it across. Onside is Vartiainen. Vartiainen passes it back towards the River Shark bench. Rogers will slap it ahead. Doesn't come into the zone. They're looking for too many men on the ice are the Wolves. You can hear it from up here. Pickford with a shot, and that one stopped.
Well, the Wolves going to come up with another big penalty kill.
Again, here we go. Right in front of the net. Always the extra pushing and shoving after the play.
That's the one thing that Watertown really brings to the table that no other team in this division seems to. Always bring that physical edge and always want to be scrappy.
Well, it looks like Pickford going to the box again. So, looks like we'll go back on the Vincenzo's Pizzeria penalty kill. When we come back, step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to River Sharks Hockey on Mixler.com and live on YouTube.
Trust your smile to Elmira Family Dentistry, the best dental care in the region. Their Wand STA anesthesia system provides a pain-free way to take care of any dental problem. Their latest digital x-ray systems provide a highest standard diagnostic record. Elmira Family Dentistry offers routine and deep cleanings, fillings and bonding, crowns, implants, root canals, and Sure Smile orthodontics. Elmira Family Dentistry at 311 West Church Street in Elmira. Call 607-733-6825 today.
It's a place of extraordinary education. It's where heroes begin and potential is realized. A place of purpose and dedication. A devotion to learning, to pushing the boundaries of our understanding of medicine. It's our purpose, our mission, to prepare our students for the uncertain future, to keep asking new questions, to find new answers. This is LECOM. We make doctors. It's time.
All right, with that, we are back here live. 14:12 to go, period number 2. 2-1 Elmira at the moment. And, Colby, we're still early. It's just after 3 o'clock.
Yeah, and there's only one other game going on in the league right now. Motor City, early on in the second period, a 3-1 lead out in Port Huron with 2 more games coming up later on today.
As the Watertown Wolves will go to the power play. First time here tonight as they try to get things going. Excuse me, my apologies. Second time here tonight, but
0 for 1 in the first.
They were. As that puck won back, Godbout has it. Moves it back down low. Tomasi trying to get it back to Godbout. Poke checked away from him. River Sharks throw that puck all the way down. You love to see that. Penalty kill has been a little bit of a source of pride for the River Sharks, but the last couple games, it's taken a bit of a hit, now down to 69.8%. Stabari hustles it in. Ford turns it aside, but Stabari gets it right back towards the front. Poke checked away from him. And now again, Chase Stabari. Pass back. Tomasi with a shot, deflected away that time by Sammy Bernard. Trying to get there is Ford. Move back towards the point. Godbout with it. Move back down low. Tomasi. Back behind for Blacksmith. It's picked off. And Posar tries to get a shot off. Can't as he was tied up. Back down low for Blacksmith. Towards the front. Towards the slot. Broken up and shot 200 feet down.
Just got away from Godbout, who's celebrating a birthday today.
As once again, move back out. Mercurio passing it across. Turned aside. Thornton, a little bit of a head fake there as that's wrapped around the backside. Back all the way to the point. Lord passing across. Shot! Saved by Bernard. Comes up with a big stop. Trying to move this one along. It's back behind the net. Pin there. 2 Wolves and 2 River Sharks aside. As that puck swatted. Trying to move it out but cannot. Puck still loose. Now the Sharks will come up with it. Shipping that out of the zone, but again, unable to get there was Brett Parker. Pushed along through Doyle. Parker comes up with it. Parker into the zone, turns around. Now he'll slow things down for a minute. Parker with possession, sends across for Cody Rogers. He'll slap it all the way down. And with 23 seconds to go in the kill, the River Sharks doing a job so far here.
Certainly have been.
As back out the other way, Mercurio throwing it ahead. Into the zone it comes, it's Thornton again. Thornton looking for a lane. Dumps that into the corner where Parker picks up. Parker off the boards and out. Doyle not able to time that jump.
And that's the biggest underrated piece of your penalty kill right now, Brett Parker.
As coming back out, it's Lord. As we're back to full strength, hustled out, and that'll be blown dead as it hit the man coming out of the penalty box. So I believe faceoff will come right back here at center.
I just love everything I've been seeing from Brett Parker here this weekend. Obviously, as I mentioned before at the intermission, has yet to get a goal on the scoreboard this season, but he's doing all the right things for this Elmira team, so hopefully eventually he'll get the monkey off his back.
As Muka comes out to take the draw, he's going to line up once again against the huge Mark Patero. He is just an intimidating presence out there when he lines up for the faceoff, as that one's bounced off the boards and dumped back in. Pozar gets there. Chopped off the boards again, and again Elmira's having a little trouble getting hold of that puck. Moves back to the blue line, chipped back ahead, and picked off by Elmira one more time. Bang towards the blue line, and again failing to clear. Now they get it out of the zone, as a little bit of a whiff there by the Watertown Wolves offensive players. It'll go back in. Yarwood lets it go for Muka. Back to Yarwood. Yarwood on the near side boards finds Elijah Wilson, and he'll fire that one ahead. Marty Muka tries a drop pass, but Pozar wasn't there for it. A slash coming here from Watertown, as Muka grabbing at his hand. So, another power play for the River Sharks.
Well, and you love to see that, this River Sharks power play. To that rough start to the period on the last one. Sure, they didn't get rewarded for it, but a couple of good looks, and hopefully they'll get the foot right back on the gas here. One change to this power play unit that's been a bit interesting to see. Not so much time with Cody Rogers out there today.
No, it's been a little different as Tomasi takes the seat. Elijah Wilson set up to take the draw off to the left-hand side of Rosenzweig. Would love to expand on that lead if the River Sharks can. Back behind, Yarwood with it. Back down low, trying to move it quickly was Gaeta. Back for Elijah Wilson, who moves that puck along to Tyler Jurich. Jurich back behind, finds Wilson. Wilson looking out front, nobody there as Jurich picks it up back to the point. Pickford across, Yarwood winds, fires off the backside of his player, shot, and Jurich can't get it to go. Towards the front, shot, and off the post a couple of times. Tyler Jurich back with it. Finds Yarwood. Yarwood and Jurich swap spots. Jurich, top of the slot, winds, fires over the top of the net. Gaeta trying to get there. It's chopped to the sideboards for Yarwood. Yarwood back down low, finds Gaeta. Gaeta looking towards the front, can't get it to go. Pickford winds and fires. That's deflected away, back to the point. Chase Damari trying to hustle it out. It's picked off, right back in, trying to get the shot off, and he could not. Jurich fell down, unable to get to the puck. Puck fired back to center ice, knocked down by Pickford, kicked along by Dabari, and now back the other way. Dabari in on a breakaway, looking, digging, shooting, and it goes just wide. Pass towards the front, Blacksmith couldn't control, and now Yarwood hustles it up. Yarwood back in, 3-on-2 if the River Sharks hurry. They're into the zone, offside, as they say Marty Muka jumped the blue line. 10:20 to go, back and forth action. Sammy Bernard getting an applause from the crowd, although I don't know that he touched the puck.
No, it didn't look like he got a piece of that one, but Watertown definitely a nice little break play by Chase Dabari. Again, he's another one of those guys for Watertown. He's been doing all the right things, but hasn't been rewarded here recently.
As Peavy wins that back. Darius Davidson into the zone. Onside, drops it for Vartiainen, passes across. He finds Rogers, back to the point to Yarwood. Passing across to Vartiainen again, looking, deking, back around, and can't get it to go. I don't know how that stayed out. Back the other way, Yarwood taking an eye on Thornton. Has it chopped away from him. Back to get it. Elmira with possession. 28 seconds to go in the man advantage. Little drop pass back there as Cody Rogers looks ahead. Rogers chops that out of the zone. Has trouble with control yet again. Something we've said far too much here tonight. Patero battling with Vartiainen. Yarwood comes away with the puck. Back in the zone he goes. He's got Jurich with him. Yarwood cuts back to the blue line now, looking back down low. Throws it towards the net, deflected. Jurich wrapped around back for Yarwood. 3 seconds to go in the kill. Jurich with it towards the front. Vartiainen picks up the puck. 5-on-5 hockey again. Vartiainen looking back towards the point. Throws it towards the net, deflected, cuts wide. And that puck, I don't know where it went. It's in the corner, okay. As everybody was looking for it near the goal mouth. Rogers, back off, defensively, forward with it. Fires it ahead. Vartiainen has it swatted off of his stick. Trevor Lord enters the zone. Cutting, shooting, save by Bernard. Peavy, back behind. Finds his man, and the River Sharks look up ice. Halfway through this second period, and a little more, down to 8:56 to go in the second period. 2-1 Elmira.
Well, no, Elmira, just trying to run a little bit of clock time off right now.
Certainly were, and they were able to do it for a second. Now David Gaeta into the zone. Cuts it back, throws it towards the net. Big hit on Gaeta, as that one was not a friendly hello, how you doing by Sergeev. Gaeta back to the point. Passed across for Cody Rogers. Rogers towards the net, deflected off a man, and that puck will be broken back out by Watertown. Trouble controlling as Ford turns it around. Steve Ford has his stick lifted. He goes into the corner with Seaman, and that's thrown back out. Sergeev shot, kick save there. And again, Elmira battling to get there. Rolls out to Marty Muka. Muka looking up ice, fires it along for Gaeta. Gaeta turning, looking back up, passes it ahead, into the zone it goes. Passed across, Cody Rogers right in the slot, fires, save. Turned aside and right back out to center. Tabari skating quickly all the way down. Only man there, Sammy Bernard. He clears it, and Ford will tap it right back to Rogers. Passed across. Lord is in the zone, and he is down holding. Well, he's not really holding anything. His hands are punching against the ice. You certainly hope he's okay. I'm not sure what happened there.
No, I didn't see either. I don't know if maybe a stick came up and got him, but he collapsed really quickly.
He's back to his knees now, so glad to see that. Discussion coming here at the penalty box.
Looks like it's got something to do with his face, certainly. Looks like they were holding a towel to his face.
They say he's okay. They wave Dr. Gus away. Lord appears to be fine, and will head back to the Wolves bench, holding his chin, it looked like.
Lord's definitely a piece for Watertown. Yeah, they've lost him to suspension a couple of times this year, but he's a guy who's a critical piece of their offense, team leader in quite a few of the offensive categories.
Well, we'll step aside for a 30-second break. 2-1 River Sharks, 7:54 left to go. Solis turns on the Jets, beating Ivashkin, looking, waiting, shooting, goal! Stavros Solis!
Hockey is back. Your Elmira River Sharks return to the First Arena Friday, January 5th to kick off the new year against the defending Commissioners Cup champions, the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Puck drops at 7:05. Get your tickets online on Ticketmaster.com, on the Ticketmaster app, or by calling the box office, 607-734-PUCK. River Sharks Hockey. Fear the Thin.
The temperature outside is dropping, but the certificate rates at IRFCU are on the rise. If you are looking to stash away some cash, make it work for you. Check out the certificate rates here at Ingersoll Rand Federal Credit Union by visiting us online at IngersollRandFCU.com. Members can open a share certificate right from their mobile app or through our online banking platform. Saving has never been easier. Make your money work for you at IRFCU.
All right, the River Sharks complaining because they don't think this faceoff should come back at center. And it's hard to argue that one, as the Wolf was down in his own zone and the River Sharks had the puck. But here it is back at center ice, and the River Sharks win the draw. Yarwood with possession, drops that pass back. Firing it along to the far side, chipped out. Brett Parker into the zone, has it swatted off of his stick. He goes into the boards with Mercurio. Keeps that puck to his side, however. And Mercurio tying up Brett Parker. Parker in a full face mask. Parker not happy about that, and we'll wait to see what comes of that. They whistle it dead. Mercurio's going to go to the box. I assume he'll be walking alone.
Oh, he should. Brett Parker was down there behind the net. No reason to jump on top of him like he did. And Mercurio trying to plead his case.
Screaming at the official and doesn't get an extra 10 for that. You saw it from Pickford earlier on. Immediately right to the 10-minute major. But Mike Mercurio mouths off and nothing.
Well, I guess we're going to be a little picky as to who we give 10 to.
Apparently. Wilson set to take the draw back to the power play. River Sharks trying to get something going. Yarwood looks. He'll swap sides with Pickford. Yarwood passes down. Tyler Jurich with it. Throws it towards the net over the top of the net. Another shot. Can't get it to go. As it's moved back to the Pickford. Pickford passes across to Yarwood. Yarwood back down low again. Looking for a lane. Back to the point to Yarwood. Yarwood back across to Pickford. Back across looking for Jurich. Couldn't get the one-timer. 3-on-1 if the Wolves hurry, but Pickford hustling back. Pickford into the play. Kick save there by Sammy Bernard. Hustled back up to Gaeta. Gaeta passes it across looking for Jurich, but Jurich just missed that one as that slapped around the boards. Pickford able to keep the zone. Back down low. Gaeta back to Pickford. Pickford waits, fires, glove save. Too easy for Rosenzweig. 1:14 to go in the power play.
Well, and I mean, Elmira gave up that rush bat the other way. It's one thing that the River Sharks have struggled with on these power plays, keeping the puck in the zone, passing the puck around. You know, you saw it there from Jurich. Some of these stretch feeds just a bit too far in front of guys. Got to tighten up those short passes. Sometimes the short, quick passes are what gets the job done better than those long stretch ones.
Certainly are, as Elijah Wilson going to lose that draw, but again, it's moved back down low. Wilson will pick it off right towards the slot. Shot can't get it to go, as Jurich was again right there in the slot. Would love to see him get one. Dabari and Blacksmith hustling in. Dabari with it, looking, pass across, and broken up. Yarwood holds tight, and now he'll get the puck back. 56 seconds to go here in the man advantage, as Elmira wants to get that puck back down the other end. Chasing it and getting it out, Gaeta. Gaeta using his backside. Excellent strategy there as he moves that puck through the neutral zone. It's dumped back in now as Doyle picks up, sends to the blue line where it'll be picked off. Elmira with possession. Yarwood back down, finds Peavy. Peavy back behind the net, finds Tyler Jurich. The head coach towards the front, gets it to Gaeta. Gaeta towards the middle, a shot, still loose in front, shot, and that puck has to come close. I don't know where it ended up. It ended up in the goaltender's glove. I'd love to see the inside the net shot on that. I don't know how that stayed out.
Oh, Rosenzweig definitely reached his glove back a little bit. It'd be nice to see the goal cam replay on that one because it certainly looked like from this angle up here, obviously they got it better down there, but it looked like that glove was plenty past the goal line. But just the same, the River Sharks not going to get the goal, at least as of yet, and now have just 26 more seconds here on the man advantage.
Well, hoping and praying to get that next one. That next one obviously crucial, a 2-1 game. As Peavy set to take the draw, Pickford out here with Yarwood still on the backside, and you pointed it out earlier, Colby. Haven't seen much of Rogers here on the power play. Puck sent back down. He has been effective on the man advantage, so a little surprising, but poke checked in the zone. Peavy trying to move it along. Can't get it. Now he gets it to Jurich. Jurich back to Pickford at the point. Pickford back down low, back up to Pickford. Pickford passes across, Yarwood across. Jurich winds, fires off a leg pad. Back, Yarwood keeps the zone. Yarwood winds, passes back to Jurich, back to Yarwood, winds, fires, deflected through. Looking for the backhand attempt, can't get it. Wolves are back to full strength now, out towards the front. Peavy across, looking for the tap in for Jurich. Couldn't get it, deflected back in the zone again, and again it works itself to the sideboards. Chopped out there, right back to center ice. Yarwood couldn't handle. Mercurio fresh out of the box. On the backhand, back towards the point, passed across. Nice play there by Vartiainen. Able to get back and make a huge play defensively. Trying to push that puck along. It's moved around. Vartiainen back for it. He's got Davidson up above. Vartiainen picks it off and moves it back to Davidson. Davidson dumping that one in. Chip to the side. Playing it off. Vartiainen circled off for the change. Back to the point it goes. As Elmira trying to set up the zone. Back down low. Davidson couldn't get the touch. As now Merkel chasing after it. He puts Mercurio into the boards. Mike Mercurio. Little drop-off pass there. As Watertown tries to set it up. It's Godbout. Poke checked away from him. Wrapped around the boards. Quick change here coming for Watertown after the power play. Chopped out of midair by MJ Merkel, the assistant coach, who's hustling again after Mercurio. He and Mercurio getting very well acquainted here on this shift. Puck whistled down for a slashing call. And it's going to be the assistant coach, MJ Merkel, who will go to the penalty box. So, Vincenzo's Pizzeria penalty kill. 4:27 left to go in period number 2, and Colby, this is going to be a huge kill.
Yeah, the River Sharks really need to get one here. You mentioned it, but that one goal, just the difference. And the Wolves in these situations have been solid all year, playing come-from-behind hockey. They know what it takes.
As we'll step aside for 30 seconds and be right back after this.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health, and Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do, because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients, focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
Frisbee Welding LLC in Spencer, New York is partnering with the River Sharks this season. They're a local family-owned company that manufactures hay feeding and handling equipment, as well as a dealer for over 40 equipment lines for everything from large farming operations to your hobbyists and homesteaders. They offer top-of-the-line equipment and more economical versions to fit your needs. Find them on Facebook or call or text Chris at 607-422-0820 for your landscaping, construction, agriculture, snow removal, forestry, and sportsman's attachments and equipment needs.
All right, penalty kill back again. Vincenzo's Pizzeria penalty kill. As that puck won back, Ford picks it up, trying to move it along. He's pinned it to the boards now, so killing time as 3 Watertown Wolves in there, trying to move it along. Picked back towards the point. Godbout trying to play it ahead, knocked his man down. Tomasi comes up with it, fed along. Watertown, who's very effective on the power play, sent back. 21.1% this season for the Watertown Wolves. As Tomasi trying to move it along, chopped away, and that'll be sent back towards the Wolves' end. 30 seconds gone here in the kill.
I don't know if I'd say effective is the right word. 8th in the league entering today.
Well, you're not wrong there, but again, 69.8% on the penalty kill are the River Sharks. Have taken a bit of a hard turn there as Godbout dumps that one in and around. They are missing a very important piece of their penalty kill, who's facing a 4-game suspension right now, and that's Tate Leeson. Thrown all the way down. My apologies, power play, not penalty kill. I got saying River Sharks. So Tate Leeson out for slew footing. Still a couple of games to serve on that. As that's back, Thornton will play it in his own zone. 55 seconds to go. Colby, you can speak to the effectiveness of Tate Leeson on the man advantage.
Yeah, Tate Leeson, 3 power play goals in his last 2 games played for Watertown.
As that one sent ahead, Thornton moves it ahead. Mercurio has it chopped away from him, and now Doyle trying to move it. Peavy picks it off. Blake Peavy into the zone, looking, shooting, and it's shrugged away. Excellent save there by Rosenzweig. As Parker turns it back defensively. Ford couldn't get the shot as Mercurio picks it off. Moving it back, Thornton with possession. Shipped away as Peavy's stick being held there, trying to move it along. Now Ford will have to chase it in the corner. Mike Mercurio puts that puck back down deep, rolling all the way around, and the Watertown Wolves will ice their own puck. 15 seconds remaining here in the man advantage. Last 2:30 in the second period, my apologies. 7 seconds to go in the man advantage for Watertown. Flipped ahead, poke checked away, and back to center ice. That'll go all the way down, and that'll kill it. Merkel is free.
Great kill from the River Sharks.
As that puck's bounced around the backside, Merkel chasing after his man, as Rosenzweig put his stick into Merkel as well. Something we've seen Rosenzweig do a couple of times. He gets a little more physical than most of your goaltenders here in the FPHL. That puck sent back down deep, rolled and covered up by Sammy Bernard. And now again, a little pushing and shoving after the whistle.
Well, and I was honestly surprised to see Rosenzweig bat so soon. I know he went home to have a little bit of medical work done, but then came right back here to Watertown after just a couple of weeks. And again, this is his first weekend back and second start after getting the win Friday against Danbury.
Well, 2:05 to go, 2-1 in favor of the Sharks. And the shots on goal have definitely increased a little bit here. 24-17 in favor of Elmira. Puck won back by Watertown. Gingrich with a little trouble as he banks that one off the boards, is taken down. Dabari has that puck chopped away from him, but gets it right back. Now it's worked out to center. Hustling after it. Gaeta trying to beat out his man and will not be able to, as that goes all the way back down. Sergeev able to beat out Gaeta to the puck. And again, an offensive zone draw for the Watertown Wolves.
Well, and Gaeta's been really hustle kind of player out there for this River Shark offense. You know, not too often you see guys who are right there trying to get in and win those foot races, but he's done that and more.
So they're going to blow that play dead for a moment here. I'm not sure why the quick whistle on that. But, again, a face-off to the right-hand side of Sammy Bernard, picked off as Yarwood will pick it up, wrap it around the boards. Looking for help, gets it up to the forwards, and moves that back to center ice. Gaeta, quick up and back in the other way. Here comes Elmira. Muka with a shot towards the front. Broken up and sent back to center ice. Excellent chance there for the River Sharks again. Less than 90 seconds to go in this period. Yarwood fakes a pass, trying to get around Chase Dabari. Yarwood off the boards, back out to center. Gingrich throws that ahead back to Dabari again. Back in the zone it goes. Lord with it, fires goal. Trevor Lord makes it look so easy.
Well, it was a great play by Gingerich in the neutral zone to corral that one off the glass and just able to feed that one ahead to Trevor Lord. Heads-up play all around. It's going to be Trevor Lord's 7th goal of the season series already here for Watertown. Lord has just been solid all-around offensive piece when he's been in there and, ties this game up at 2.
Not what you wanted to see. 1:19 to go in the second period. Everything's tied at 2 as that puck sent back ahead. A lot of special teams play in this one, folks, as that's sent all the way down right in on the goaltender. Hits the goaltender right in the pads. It'll be sent back out to center ice. Lord right back into the zone. Little drop pass to Thornton. Back to Lord in the slot shot and a save. Sammy Bernard.
And Bernard needed that save on the comeback after Lord's goal. Sometimes when you're a goalie in a tight game like that, you kind of get in your own head when you give up that goal. So to make that net save, definitely critical.
As now, face-off off to the right-hand side of Sammy Bernard. Waiting for the puck drop. Peavy wins it back. Can't get control of it, however. Now it's kicked along. Peavy sends it back ahead. Ford circling in his own zone as he looks up ice. Fires it along. Taken down. A penalty drawn here as that's sent ahead. Peavy chasing after it. Peavy's there for it. Back. Finds Elijah Wilson. Thrown towards the net, and that's gloved. 44.2 seconds remaining. And the Sharks will go back on the power play.
And Stephen Ford looked like he was hurting a little bit when he got taken down in the defensive zone. Penalty going to be Dakota Siemens. So this River Shark power play. Again, the one change that I want to see from this Elmira power play moving forward. Yeah, Cameron Yarwood's a great all-around piece out there, but yeah, they are going to bring Cody Rogers out here to play with him. I was going to say you got to get Cody Rogers out there too. Yarwood, not exactly the ideal power play quarterback against a team like Watertown who likes to clog the shot lanes up.
Certainly, as that one's won back. Yarwood does get possession. Yarwood back down low for Gaeta. Gaeta tied up, tries to throw it down deeper, but had to throw that one back to center ice. Played down as that's chopped back to center ice. Yarwood will scoop it up. Yarwood with speed into the zone. Yarwood cutting through, looking towards the front of the net. Can't find his man as Yarwood drops it back below the goal line. Tyler Jurich is there for it. Jurich looking for somebody in front. No one there. Sends it back out. Cody Rogers with it now. Passes. No, he shoots that one. Deflected down low as Gaeta trying to come up with it. He's tied up last 10 seconds of the period. Wilson with it. Wrapped around the boards. Yarwood there for it. Last 5 seconds of the period. Back down low. Jurich tries to put it out towards the front. It's still loose by the side of the net, and they can't get a stick on it, and that'll do it for the period. As again, excellent chances there for the River Sharks, just unable to take advantage. We'll come back to the third period with 1:16 of power play time remaining, but the Sharks still looking for answers. They had a lead, lost it, had a lead, lost it. Third period on deck. We'll have to see if they're able to come up with anything here.
Well, and that just seems like it's been the story of the weekend. I mean, yeah, you gave up the first goal to Binghamton on Friday, but River Sharks hung around in the first part of that game against the Black Bears and ultimately, gave up a couple of goals in a short stretch. Binghamton the victors on Friday night, 7-3. Last night in Watertown, you're hanging with the Wolves for the first 2 periods. You're down just 5-4, need 1 goal, then you give up the 6th, and all of a sudden, all the momentum's drained. Tonight here, you take the 1-0 lead, get the game tied up again, then you score again. And like you said, you got to look for answers. Tied 2-2 going into the room. You need to show up for the third period, and that's been a problem here in recent weeks.
It certainly has. Well, there will be a lot to do as they head to the third period to play the final frame of regulation. Elmira looking to come out with a win this weekend. They need the regulation 3 points to get themselves back closer to the Watertown Wolves. We'll step aside for our second intermission. We'll be back here on Mixler.com and live on YouTube. Soilis turns on the Jets. Beating of Ashkin, looking, waiting, shooting, goal! Stavros Soilis!
Hockey is back. Your Elmira River Sharks return to the First Arena Friday, January 5th to kick off the new year against the defending Commissioners Cup champions, the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Puck drops at 7:05. Get your tickets online on Ticketmaster.com, on the Ticketmaster app, or by calling the box office, 607-734-PUCK. River Sharks Hockey. Fear the Fin.
The temperature outside is dropping, but the certificate rates at IRFCU are on the rise. If you are looking to stash away some cash, make it work for you. Check out the certificate rates here at Ingersoll Rand Federal Credit Union by visiting us online at IngersollRandFCU.com. Members can open a share certificate right from their mobile app or through our online banking platform. Saving has never been easier. Make your money work for you at IRFCU.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health, and Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do, because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients, focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
Frisbee Welding LLC in Spencer, New York is partnering with the River Sharks this season. They're a local family-owned company that manufactures hay feeding and handling equipment, as well as a dealer for over 40 equipment lines for everything from large farming operations to your hobbyists and homesteaders. They offer top-of-the-line equipment and more economical versions to fit your needs. Find them on Facebook or call or text Chris at 607-422-0820 for your landscaping, construction, agriculture, snow removal, forestry, and sportsman's attachments and equipment needs.
Trust your smile to Elmira Family Dentistry, the best dental care in the region. Their wand STA anesthesia system provides a pain-free way to take care of any dental problem. Their latest digital x-ray systems provide a highest standard diagnostic record. Elmira Family Dentistry offers routine and deep cleanings, fillings and bonding, crowns, implants, root canals, and Sure Smile orthodontics. Elmira Family Dentistry at 311 West Church Street in Elmira. Call 607-733-6825 today.
It's a place of extraordinary education. It's where heroes begin and potential is realized. A place of purpose and dedication. A devotion to learning, to pushing the boundaries of our understanding of medicine. It's our purpose, our mission, to prepare our students for the uncertain future, to keep asking new questions, to find new answers. This is LECOM. We make doctors. It's time to get to work.
At Collier's, we take pride in delivering great barbecue every day. Our slow-cooked, smoky-flavored home cooking is a favorite among young and old, from signature spare ribs and baby back ribs to brisket and chicken. But did you know that Collier's caters too? We offer a full range of catering options to suit any event, from wedding and corporate events to graduation parties, retirement and backyard barbecues, and pig roasts. If you have an event coming up, give us a call. We're now booking for the 2024 season. At Collier's, we do great barbecue, and that's just the beginning. Call today and book your next event with Rhea at 570-888-2927 for Collier's.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health. Counted on us to heal you, support you, encourage you, get you back on your feet. And for more than a century, Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do. Because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Looking forward while embracing our legacy. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients. Focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. At Arnett, we're nurses, doctors, and teams of other caregivers inspired by healing. We know your physical, emotional, and spiritual health are each part of the whole of you. To continue a tradition of medicine driven by compassion, teaching, and healing. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
All right.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Hello.
Cody Rogers, thank you so much for joining us here on the Coaches Show. Always a good time. The fans back here on YouTube. Yep, talk right into it.
Hello.
There you go. All right, Cody, how's it been getting adjusted, getting here into Elmira and getting your feet under you?
It's pretty cool. I've enjoyed the atmosphere, the way that it's kind of quiet, and most importantly, I really like the guys. I really like all my teammates, and just having fun, joking around with everyone, and winning. Obviously, we've done pretty well since I've been here, and that part's been cool. So hope to keep that up. And yeah, as far as the adjustment, I mean, everyone's been nice. The boosters have been nice. Everyone involved has been nothing but supportive and helpful, and I'm really, really thankful that obviously I was traded here, but I'm thankful I was traded to a place like this. So it's been great.
When you talk about that, obviously the trading part, obviously the fans at home on YouTube don't know obviously what that's like. What's the situation like for you? How's it come over, and what's the hardest part of kind of moving to a new area and getting acclimated?
I do have kind of a lean operation. So my car, everything I own fits in my car. I kind of signed up knowing that, it was going to be, it is what it is, right? That's kind of the nature of the beast with playing hockey at this level. Whether there's a lot of movement. I mean, you have, everyone's trying to get called up or do whatever, move around, get to the right organization, the right fit for themselves. And so you're always prepared either way. Or let's say you have a bad couple weeks and you're traded or you're released or whatever. I mean, it's the nature of the whole thing. So I was certainly prepared for whatever is going to happen this year and happened the last couple years that I've been playing hockey. As far as the difficulty, I did have some really good friends on the team in Baton Rouge that I've known for a while, and some friends I made down there. So that was a bit tough. And I was closer to family. So my mom, my dad were able to make pretty quick trips to Baton Rouge. It was like 5 hours, and now being 20-hour drive or whatever here in I don't know if this is upstate New York. This is kind of like the bottom of the state.
Technically, yes. Anything above the city is technically upstate.
I've been asking that question to a couple different people to try to figure that out. But it seems like, yes, we're kind of, I would say, right?
Yes.
Kind of more of the countryside of New York. Anyways, it's a bit of a hike from Dallas and Austin where my family's at, but yeah. Other than that, you meet people along the way and you meet friends, and that's really the hardest part whenever you have to move. So.
Awesome. Now, getting adjusted into Elmira, obviously you're coming in here with a first-year head coach who played in this league, has had a lot of success in this league. How much does that kind of help the adjustment into, especially within a brand new organization in its first year? How much does having a voice of experience like that behind the bench kind of help you out? No pressure with him sitting right next to you.
No, there's definitely a lot of pressure with that question.
Yeah, way to go, John.
No, it's cool. I mean, a little bit different than some of the other coaches I've had. But at the end of the day, like when you've played and done the hockey thing, you've done the pro hockey thing, and especially to have success. Obviously, you got your shirt today.
Great shirt. Should have brought that, John.
Yeah, you should.
He didn't bring it? I was expecting the shirt to come off at some point and have it just right there.
Forgot.
Like his little Superman suit.
Yeah, phone booth right there.
Yeah. But yeah, having that kind of guiding light to keep things on track, and especially with the recency of his professional tenure. I mean, he's played a game this year and scored. So, having that kind of fresh experience to understand the game at where it is now, to have kind of that leadership to guide where things are going to go for us, like just mentally, right? A lot of times it's just a mindset, especially for all of us. We can all play, and we know that. Especially since I've been here, it's been, individually as far as hockey players, I think we're actually really, really good.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited.
All right, sorry to interrupt Cody Rogers there, but we're about to go live here from the first arena as they get. You are Vanna Whiting that damn thing.
Hey, it's a great shirt. I like this shirt.
Well, I love it too, but obviously, again, Colby here displaying in Vanna Whiting, if you will, this beautiful Tyler Jurich 300th goal shirt. Again, you can pick that right up on Dash Auctions. Look at that, all his teams in the past and the number of goals he scored, his years there. A beautiful piece of merchandise. Get that for $25 right on the Dash app, as well as one of these beautiful 2024 pucks. Kick off the new year right with a signed puck from your favorite player. Get a mystery grab bag puck, and you can pick those up right down at the Zamboni Tunnel after the game while the jersey auction's going on. And again, that live jersey auction here tonight. If you haven't won it on Dash yet, make sure you get on, put those bids in, and we'll have four jerseys live. You can bid on them from section 105 after the game. Colby, second period, not exactly what you wanted. A lot of power play opportunity, but weren't able to bury the goal that they were looking for. Obviously, still great work there from Sammy Bernard, but you see the power play numbers. They speak for themselves.
Yeah, 0 for 5 for the Sharks on the power play in that second period. Definitely far from ideal. And, of course, Trevor Lord getting the big goal of that period is, Watertown ties this thing up.
Certainly do. And, again, 16 shots on goal there for your Elmira River Sharks. That's a huge step forward, and obviously the River Sharks certainly needed it. But now as we look to the out-of-town scoreboard, only one other game going on here right now, and that is the Motor City Rockers 6, the Port Huron Prowlers 1 there in the second period. And we didn't know exactly how hard Motor City is to deal with, especially with a depleted roster, but Motor City going to see a lot of that other conference for the rest of the season. Well, Elmira is going to play a lot of Binghamton and a lot of Watertown and a lot of Danbury as we head down the stretch.
Well, and of course, Danbury going to be in Binghamton for a 5 o'clock start, and Columbus going to be at Carolina. That's the only game in the league, interestingly enough, of the 4 that involves travel today. It
certainly is, as obviously every team on the road working things around and trying to get this new year kicked off on the right path. And obviously, your Elmira River Sharks trying to do exactly that here. 20 minutes left to go. Obviously, a huge, huge stretch. But don't forget, they're right back here in action at the First Arena, the Shark Tank, next Friday night. So just 5 short days away against the defending Commissioners Cup champions, the Danbury Hat-Tricks. You can get those tickets on Ticketmaster, the Ticketmaster app, or by calling the box office, 607-734-PUCK. And as we get set going here, obviously always a fun time. And Colby, your little laugh there.
Well, I mean, come on. We're having fun with the T-shirts up here in the booth.
Certainly are. Always a good time. And again, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. We'll send you back to Cody Rogers, let you hear the rest of that interview. And again, stay with us. We've got the third period coming up after this here on Mixler.com and live on YouTube.
Excited to keep things going and see where it takes us. And a lot of it's just going to be, maintaining our own mentality in the rink, outside of the rink, and doing the right things. And he knows what that is, what that means. And it's been a good kind of voice in the back of our heads to make sure we stay on the right track. So.
Now, since you brought up, obviously, you came from Baton Rouge, which was also very home-heavy early on in the season. They played a lot of games there at the Raising Cane's River Center. And now you come here and you joining a team where they've been home-heavy. As you guys really get on your first longer road trip, what's it looking like? What are you guys excited for? What's the best part about getting out on the road?
Well, so that's kind of a two-part for me, because you were saying the long homestand in Baton Rouge. So we had 16 of 17 games or something where we're all at home. Mm-hmm. So we were, at the rink doing the thing there, and when that's not happening, they're traveling a lot.
Yeah.
And that's like every day for practice. So fortunately here, you're saying a long, and I bring that up because you're saying, let's say a long road trip.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that big a deal to me. I mean, we practice here this week. So, I was fortunate to kind of get in there, get the good little home stand there, and then come here where, the road trips are a lot shorter. Obviously, I think 8 hours to...
7, 8, that's not bad.
8 hours to Motor City's not bad. But, the thing that, we need to be worried about is who's at the other end of Motor City. They're a good team. They skate hard, they play well, and, I have some other friends over there as well. So I'm excited to see them again, compete against them, and, but yeah, as far as time on the bus and all that stuff, it is what it is. Are you going on the trip or no?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. So,
I'll be right along with you.
We'll be in it together then.
John doesn't miss a trip. John will miss
one. I've missed one trip in my 9 years doing this.
Oh, which one?
It was Delaware. It was Delaware back in, you hadn't joined us yet, but I had pneumonia. It was right before the COVID shutdown.
That's a fair enough trip to miss.
Yeah. That's the only one I've missed, and not a bad one to miss, honestly.
No.
As I said, that was some Delaware boys sitting behind us.
That's okay.
But yeah, so again, I wanted to kind of bring it back to now a winning streak here for the River Sharks. It's been a positive one, and you brought up a couple times what it's like in the locker room and how you guys feel like this is a very good team, a team that's going to be tough to beat down the stretch. Obviously, you're coming this weekend a little bit injured, a little bit banged up, and some new guys coming in. How do you feel coming into this weekend with some new roster guys playing and getting your roster built back up?
Yeah, to bring it back to him, next man up. That's kind of what we're looking at, and then the next man after him, and then the next man after him. So it's just whoever we can find at this point, almost. But
so you have the Fed mentality already.
He's a pro, Jan.
He's been around.
It's cool. It's like it's the opportunity. It's a good opportunity for a lot of guys to kind of make a case for themselves in different ways. I mean, I've even seen some people who have, let's say, been playing a certain role and are getting a chance in a different role and are doing really well. And I'm excited for them and that opportunity. It's tough, especially this year. Hockey's really good, so an opportunity for some guys to come in and show what they can do, even if it's for the second time or whatever. Like I think it's really cool. Again, we do play a good team, so it'll be a good test in that way, and it's something that if they're ready and we're ready, then it's going to look good this weekend, and it doesn't it's not going to be a big deal. But obviously we did lose some pretty big pieces, and the ones to injury are just really unfortunate. It seems like there's different ends of the spectrum, kind of like different grades of how everyone has been affected, just from that Watertown game. With Bernacchi, it's tough. It's tough because he's a good player, really good guy, and it's like he stands up for himself. He did super well. His fight was really, really cool, and then something weird little thing happens at the end and affects him for that long of a period. That's really, it's tough, it's sad, and like you don't want that for anyone, And but everything happens for a reason, and maybe it's just for us to be tested and show our resiliency. Obviously, we've had a little bit of success, but it is a 3-game winning streak at the end of the day. And we got 2 before Christmas, so hopefully we can get 6 points and go home happy.
Well, there you heard it. Looking for 6 points, obviously did not occur. Now the River Sharks trying to salvage 3 points here tonight, and hopefully make it a big swing in the dark here as the River Sharks trailing the Watertown Wolves and needing points to get back into this playoff race as we head quickly towards 2024. When everybody's eyes will be resting steadily on the standings board.
Well, and the River Sharks certainly seemed like 4th place was so close the other day. And all of a sudden, it seems just a little bit further away. The River Sharks really need these 3 points tonight. As you said, the regulation win would be absolutely huge.
Well, tied 2-2, 20 minutes to go. As Sammy Bernard taking his lap over there. Good to see the big man back out between the pipes. And, of course, he has been a force to be reckoned with. A couple of goals, obviously. One I know he'd love to have back, that shot over the outstretched glove. But first one, not much else he could do. Sprawling out, he really made a spectacular first save. The rebound comes back to bite you.
Yeah, Bernard's had a few opportunities since he joined this River Sharks team where, those rebound opportunities, if he had made that first initial save, been able to cover it, stop it, whatever you want to say, maybe he wouldn't have given up that second goal. Rebound control is definitely one thing he's got to touch up on here moving forward.
Well, it looks like the power play will see Tyler Jurich, David Gaeta, Elijah Wilson, Cameron Yarwood, and Austin Pickford back out here. As Botero set to take the opening draw. The boys are up and banging their sticks, trying to get one more win here in 2023. Puck is won back, all the way back to Sammy Bernard. And you hear the drum of the crowd. They are behind this River Shark team. Yarwood moves it up to Elijah Wilson. Wilson into the zone, cuts wide, cuts back towards the slot. Tries to drop a pass off to Jurich, but it's taken away, and that'll be slapped 200 feet down the ice. So 20 seconds into the period, not where you wanted to start as Bernard is back there, slaps it around. You see the water slosh back behind that net.
Well, and it's all over the ice.
Back out the other way. Wilson, a little dump in, all the way around the zone. Quick up. Tyler Jurich able to keep the zone momentarily. Now he moves it down to Gaeta. Gaeta gets it over to Elijah Wilson. Wilson back to Jurich. Jurich moving towards the slot. Shot goes just wide. Had the read, just couldn't quite hit the back of the net. Back to Pickford. Pickford down low for Jurich. Jurich, another opportunity through the legs. Bounces towards the slot. A little bit of a tough one there as Pickford keeps the zone. Touched it, but it's swatted away again. 19 seconds to go on the power play. Back out again as the River Sharks in those New Year's Eve jerseys, skating from right to left in this period. And Watertown in the visiting whites from left to right. A trip up here as Pickford takes down Blacksmith. And now Davari has possession, swiped away. That'll be touched, and Pickford will go back to the penalty box.
Every time Austin Pickford does something that impresses me, then he does something like that. You know, a very careless penalty in the neutral zone. keep your stick tight to the belt. Don't throw your stick out like that. You knew Blacksmith was going to be skating by you, so Pittsford just a careless stick placement mistake. And now 4 seconds, 4-on-4 hockey, and then Watertown going to have 1 minute and 56.
Certainly are, as now Elmira, despite the shot advantage, going to have to go to work on the penalty kill after the next 4 seconds. So got to get the face-off win. Brett Parker back out there, and I know, Colby, he's caught your eye here tonight.
At Brett Parker, hopefully he can turn the table here and get some big dumps out of the zone. Is really need a kill here.
As they get this going, I don't know what's happening here. So there's 5 Wolves out there, and there's continued arguing. I don't know what is happening.
So they'll send Tomasi off the ice.
All right, there we go. 4-on-4 hockey. As the puck drop is coming, loaned out, and the River Sharks will take possession. Back behind their own net. Quick chop away there by Blacksmith towards the slot, broken up, and now the River Sharks on the penalty kill will hustle out. Brett Parker with it. Dumps that puck down, and that'll go all the way back. Rosenzweig leaves it back behind for Tomasi. Tomasi there for it. He's harassed, and Watertown will set it up. 1:40 to go here in the man advantage. Back out the other way. Trying to hustle this around is Godbout. Godbout into the zone. Looking. Trying to pass that puck, but can't find a man. Shoves that puck down deeper, as now again. Back around the zone, the Wolves trying to set it up. A little trouble as they send it back to Chase Dabari at the point. Back across, Tomasi winding, shooting, save. Sammy Bernard comes up big again, shoves it to the corner. Blake Peavy couldn't get there. Now it'll be moved along, back towards the point, and again, not quite out of the zone as of yet. Watertown Wolf down in the corner, getting his stick back as Godbout trying to move it. Sends it back down below the goal line. Back up to Godbout. Throws that puck towards the net as that's broken up. Again, looking for a lane. Shot deflected into the corner as Sammy Bernard definitely didn't see that one. Way too much traffic in front of the net. Defense failing to clear that out as Blacksmith will pick it up. Blacksmith harassed, gets it back to Dabari. Dabari looking for a lane, throws it towards the net, over the top of it, bounces back towards the front and right back to Blacksmith. Back to Dabari, who can't get a solid handle on it. Back to Godbout. And again, Godbout gets it back, throws it towards the net, deflected in front. Big hit, as that one will be wrapped around the boards and again unable to clear. Godbout back to Dabari, passed across, broken up. Excellent work there by the River Sharks, getting it out of the zone. Everybody on the River Sharks side looks to need a change as that one's played with too many men on the ice. So that will be another penalty to the Watertown Wolves, and the Sharks gonna get very fortunate here. That'll end the power play with 17 seconds to go. And Elmira will go back down on the power play after those 17 seconds tick.
Well, and the one thing I wanted to point out that you brought up, the traffic in front of the net, Sammy Bernard, the defense just kind of setting their own screen right in front of him. You don't want to get your own guys placed in front of your goaltender, but had Cody Rogers kind of right there on the doorstep and also had a couple of guys drifting around just right in that area, preventing Bernard from seeing clearly. So luckily Elmira getting away without giving up a goal. But 4-on-4 for 17 seconds, and then the River Sharks going to go right back to this power play as this special team slugfest going to continue.
Well, it's an appropriate name for it there, Colby, as the River Sharks win the draw. 4-on-4 hockey here for the next 10 seconds. Trying to move that puck out. It's back to the point. Tyler Jurich with it, waiting, shooting, saved by Rosenzweig. So down to 8 seconds to go. Tyler Jurich has not yet let one really rip the way that we know that he can. Had a couple of attempts, but they've been blockaded away. So we'll see if he's able to get one off or not. One back. Yarwood has it. Back down low to Jurich. Towards the front for Gaeta. Gaeta back to Jurich again. Jurich back to the point to Yarwood. Yarwood passes it along. Power play time. Wilson with a shot. That's deflected all the way around. Yarwood able to keep the zone. Back down low. It's back below. Gaeta finds his man. It's his coach. Back up to Wilson now. Over to Pickford. Pickford across. Finds Yarwood. Yarwood looking, finds Pickford at the point. Pickford throws it towards the net, deflected, bounces right in front. Again a shot, still loose, trying to come up with it, chopped out of midair, and nobody can get to it. Yarwood gets it back now. Yarwood, a little fake pass towards the front, shot, can't get it to go again. It's picked up by Gaeta. Gaeta back to the point. Pickford has it, throws it towards the net, deflected one more time. Banked off the boards, and Pickford will stop it at center. Pickford, he's rubbed off and knocked down hard, as that's flipped back ahead and knocked down by the River Sharks. A minute to go in the man advantage. Flipped ahead as Gaeta picks up. Gaeta back into the zone. He circles back, tries to throw that puck deeper, but can't get it to go very far. Banked off the boards, kept there. towards the front, looking for a lane. Shot goes just wide. That'll wrap up the boards, and Pickford will have to chase it back. 40 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Firing it along to Yarwood. Yarwood has that one lost in some skates. Dabari kicks it back, and now Gaeta gets it over. Peavy with it. Peavy turning, fires up to Yarwood. Yarwood into the zone. Offsides, as with 26 seconds to go on the man advantage. We played most of this third period here on the special teams units. Not a lot of 5-on-5 play at all during the game, Colby.
Yeah, it seems like it's been power play after power play. This game, 5 power play opportunities for Elmira in that second period. Had 4 in the first in Watertown. I think it was 3 in the first and then 4 more in the second. So a lot of power play opportunities.
Puck one back. Cody Rogers fresh out there now. Rogers gets around, heading into the zone. Rogers a little backhander over. Moved along, back down low. Right back for Rogers, who fires it along, but it misses his man. Darius Davidson was there. Last 10 seconds of the man advantage. Sammy Bernard looking up ice. Fires it along quickly. Trying to hustle it along. They got it up, but Vartiainen couldn't control. No icing on the play as that's moved along. Back again. Vartiainen has it. Back to 5-on-5 play. Vartiainen shot, and that's loose in front. It's got to be. It's got to get in there, and that's a goal. The River Sharks have scored. They are screaming.
More like Rosenzweig is screaming.
Rosenzweig is absolutely livid.
He looked like he wanted to go after that official.
He certainly did. And you saw the Wolves kind of blockaded him. I think Vartiainen's going to get the goal.
And Elmira needed that one no matter what passion it came from.
So they are calling up. They want the replay. As we'll see what we get here on that.
Honestly, with all that contact in the crease, of course you want the River Sharks to get the goal here, right? But
you certainly do.
Rosenzweig, it seemed like he had himself tied up, and that's what he's arguing right now. He's gesturing with his hands, trying to show the officials locking the net back on its moorings that there was so much contact that he was unable to really get a clean look on the puck.
As we're looking to see what happened here, as are the officials. They're checking out the table down there, trying to see exactly what happened.
Well, and with 14:56 to go in this third period and how hard goals have been to come by today, you really think this could be a turning point of the game as to whether or not this one counts.
It certainly will be, and now the Sharks trying to find their way to a 3-2 lead here. As I said, the officials chatting with the people upstairs, who aren't too terribly far from us, Colby.
Yeah, I think they're having a hard time really trying to evaluate this goal, as it's certainly taken a minute. Sometimes you get the quick, whether or not it counts, but this one's certainly taken a minute, so we'll see.
All right, so we've got it pulled up here on our feed. I'm not exactly sure what the argument is.
It looked like the net came off.
I mean, it definitely did, but I think that was after the fact.
I'm not sure. It all happened so fast. It was kind of like a bing, bang, boom type play, and I think that might be what Watertown was really trying to make their case about.
The longer the referees look at this, I don't know who that favors, to be honest. As they continue to look, we're trying to scroll back and take a look up here in our own booth. As, again, Vartiainen took the initial shot. The puck is loose. It's behind him. The net comes off after the fact. The referee had already pointed that it was a goal. And again, this is the second time this game I think we've had one of those close calls down there in the Watertown end.
Yeah, honestly, watching that back, I don't really know what this argument is truly about.
It appeared very clearly that the referee had signaled goal well before. Now they say no goal. So they must have had another angle that we didn't see.
I don't know what angle you can watch that one from that one wouldn't count.
Unless it just never crossed the line, but the official seemed for sure. He made the point immediately. As the fans here letting the officials know how they feel. That's a first for that chant. I haven't heard that here at the Shark Tank before, as that one's one to the sideboards. Elmira trying to keep it in the zone. Pickford was able to for a second. Now it's taken out. Vartiainen breaking right back in. He believes he scored once already, so he'd love to tap on and do it again. And that would, of course, I thought it was his second of the game. Seaman hustling it back out, throwing it ahead. Back in the zone, Thornton throws it towards the net. Save there. And again, Lord right on top of the net.
This should be the media timeout.
Should be, and it will be. So we'll have 30 seconds to step aside here. When we come back, 14:35 to go, a 2-2 game.
The temperature outside is dropping, but the certificate rates at IRFCU are on the rise. If you are looking to stash away some cash, make it work for you. Check out the certificate rates here at Ingersoll Rand Federal Credit Union by visiting us online at IngersollRandFCU.com. Members can open a share certificate right from their mobile app or through our online banking platform. Saving has never been easier. Make your money work for you at IRFCU.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health, and Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do, because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients, focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
Frisbee Welding LLC in Spencer, New York is partnering with the River Sharks this season. They're a local family-owned company that manufactures hay feeding and handling equipment, as well as a dealer for over 40 equipment lines for everything from large farming operations to your hobbyists and homesteaders. They offer top-of-the-line equipment and more economical versions to fit your needs. Find them on Facebook or call or text Chris at 607-422-0820 for your...
All right, with that, we are back here live. River Sharks win the ensuing draw. We got an explanation now, and it is that the puck did not fully cross the line. That was the issue. Merkel chases that puck out, gets it towards the front, an opportunity, swatted away. And this is going to be a penalty on the hook. Was wondering if we'd get a shot there, as Merkel had definitely gotten away.
Well, and it looked like Brett Parker. I mean, come on, Brett Parker, again, can't emphasize enough. He's doing all the right things. He was on the doorstep to get that goal, just couldn't elevate it enough, but he had his stick being dragged down, so won't take that away from him. But this River Shark power play, again, going to get to go back to work.
As Sergeev will go to the box. 14:23 to go here, period 3. And the Sharks need something positive in the worst way right now. Elijah Wilson waits. Puck is dropped, one to the sideboards. Sent back to the point. Pickford across, finds Yarwood. Yarwood winds, fakes a shot. Now it's towards the side. Goal! Head coach Tyler Jurich buries it, and it's 3-2 River Sharks.
Don't count the first one, but no argument about that one. Tyler Jurich, heck of an effort all day. You've seen him wind up and get those shots, but he hasn't had one in the wheelhouse until just in that moment. Perfect up and in Blacker side.
And you see it, it's just perfect. Winds up, slaps it right past the netminder, and the head coach buries it. So 3-2 Sharks. Big hugs with Cameron Yarwood. And ladies and gentlemen, that is goal number 301. So the Sharks writing history every time they take the ice. Back the other way. Watertown, throw that puck down. Blacksmith is there. Back behind. He's harassed quickly on the far side. Drops a pass off. Back down low again. Banking back below the goal line as Pickford trying to get free. Tossed away and now picked off. Here comes the Sharks back the other way. David Gaeta into the zone. Throws it towards the net and a glove save. As Gaeta takes a late hit. Not happy about that.
Noah Doyle is going to get the official saying something to him over in the corner, and Gaeta wants a piece of him.
They're going to take Gaeta to the box. No, they're not. Okay, the referee pointed like he was going to send him to the box, but Doyle threw a late hit. And you love seeing that from Gaeta. He's not going to take it. He got right back up.
Well, coming over, there wasn't too much being said about the edge that he brings out there, but we've certainly seen it this weekend. had one hit against Binghamton on Friday where he got right back up on Thomas Ray and was chirping at him, and then you see it again this go around.
For sure, as Peavy wins it back, gets it to Vartiainen. Vartiainen with a shot goes just wide. Stick comes loose down there as that puck swatted away. Kicking at it was Seaman. As a big hit out there at center ice, back to it goes Pozar. Pozar with time. Breaks it out, hustled right up. Kicked away there by Vartiainen, right deep into the zone. Chipped off the boards. Back ahead, chopping it down was Davidson. Could not quite come up with that as that's flipped back towards Pozar. Pozar knocks it off. Plays that puck back ahead. Davidson with a tip. Trevor Lord will go back to play. 13:15 to go here, period number 3. And again, some trouble controlling. That puck rolls around. Lord back off to Dustin Henning. Henning looks ahead. Up ice. Henning cutting through. Hit there by Pozar as it's moved to the sideboard. Shot. Save again. Big stop by the big goaltender.
Sammy Bernard hasn't seen too much rubber in this third period so far. A lot of play down in the offensive zone for the River Sharks.
As the faceoff going to come to Bernard's left. As now again, a long look at Brett Parker as he comes into the faceoff circle. Parker seemingly adapting to that bubble now as that puck rides the rails, and big hit along the sideboards. That's going to be a boarding call on Merkel. No doubt about, no elbowing. Sergeev straight up at Merkel. Cross check to the face. Sergeev's going to go right out of here.
Seems like Tomasi wants to get a go
Rasmus
around
Asp wants to go right at Sergeev. He's got to go. Merkel is down. Sergeev being ushered right off. Dr. Gus heading out there. Rasmus Asp being kept far from Ivan Sergeev. Asp being completely held up. Jurich over there speaking to Sergeev now. Sergeev going right off the ice. Merkel was going to take, it looked like an elbowing call. I'd be very surprised if we don't see something go off the next face-off. Merkel's still down.
There was absolutely no need for that. I mean, sure, the hit by MJ Merkel, you draw the penalty. But to jump on top of him like that, lay that play where he absolutely had his head turned, no angle to what was going on behind him, just totally.
Two-handed cross-check, too, just unacceptable. As Merkel's sitting up, that's a good sign. Happy to see that. Jurich talking with the official. Merkel's still down. I don't see any signs of blood. Yeah, right on the chin, too. So he is headed for the penalty box. Doesn't have a stick. Like I said, I'm sure he's got 2 minutes coming to him. Faceoff looks like it's going to come down into the River Shark end.
And obviously it's not our call from up here, but if you're the league, you're taking a look back at that play as well.
I would think so. Two-handed cross check. 4-on-4 is the call from the official. Swanson looking straight across. He wants a pound of flesh. Well, Lord, obviously, always engaging in the chirping, just never chooses to do anything physical. So we'll see. Jurich calming the bench down. Everybody being told to go to the face-off circle.
Well, and Watertown's got to stay away from the Elmira bench, so. I mean, Sergey's over there, lays that big hit, and then you guys want to come over and chirp the bench? Like, what's up with that?
Well, Sergeev got 5 in a game. Merkel's got 2 minutes. Merkel needs a stick. So 4-on-4 hockey for 2 minutes. And then a score at will major for the Elmira River Sharks for 3 minutes. I would guess they would be trying to keep this one a little bit calmer here for the rundown as that's picked off. Elmira picks it off and moves it out of the zone. Gaeta trying to get free, can't. That puck skitters back through, and Trevor Lord will take possession. Lord harassed quickly as he breaks in, passes off to Doyle, throws towards the neck, and an easy blocker save there. Move back ahead. Gaeta hustling out. Gaeta using his speed as he cuts around, trying to get around Lord. Keeps that puck moving towards the front. Tries a pass, can't get it off. Sent back towards the blue line. Back the other way goes Thornton. His stick is lifted. Gaeta trying to move that puck and can't. Doyle moves it along, finds Trevor Lord. Lord cutting wide on Pickford. Pickford swatting at it. Big play there by Austin Pickford. As Lord still comes away with it, however, back to the point. Thornton with it. Thrown back through, and now the River Sharks will go back for it. 1:15 to go in the 4-on-4. Pickford with time.
The River Sharks going to get a change up front.
2 minutes for hooking and 5 minutes for contact to the head, a major match penalty.
As that will be tossed across. I don't think they had that one right from the announcer's booth. They had a 2 of 5 in a game, so we'll see if that's accurate or not. River Sharks have offensive zone possession as that's thrown along. Picked up here. Towards the net, deflected off of the big paddle stick there. Posar dumps it back down deep. Trying to set it up. Ford with it. Passing back to Posar. Posar looking for some traffic in front. Throws it towards the net, and that'll be stopped by Rosenzweig.
Yeah, he was right. 2-5 in a game.
I'm confused on the penalty box then.
I don't know. It's what they got in the live scoring. Interesting.
All right. Well, not 100% sure what that's about, but if it's 2-5 in a game, then the 5 shouldn't start till the 2's over. All right. Well, here we are. All right. Brett Parker set to take the draw. So.
Great Sunday afternoon of fun.
Always. Great FPHL action here live from the booth. As they wait for Rosenzweig to get dressed. He's taking his time down there. Appears to be ready now as Parker set to take the draw. Parker going to win that one back but can't control it. Now it's turned around by Posar. Posar trying to swat it down, but Blacksmith, he's been in almost every play out there that he's been on the ice for. Gets that puck out as Ford back to get it. Blacksmith has been impressive all season long, Colby.
And 2 goals last night, continuing to build on the big season that he's had in his first campaign in Watertown.
Hustling out the other way, it's Brett Parker, cutting around. Parker gets into the offensive zone, cuts wide. Still working it through, has that puck taken away, as now it's turned around the other way, hustling back out. Into the zone comes the Wolves, looking for Dustin Henning, the defenseman, rushing up the ice. Henning puts his man into the boards, as now it's full strength, and 3 minutes of a major penalty. 5-on-4 power play. Here comes Brett Parker. Moving it up to Tyler Jurich. It's played out. And again, the River Sharks battling to get that puck. Trying to kick it along. A big hit from behind. And Mercurio is going to take a penalty here. Tyler Jurich with it one more time. Right towards the slot. Waiting. Deaking still waiting. He shoots. And that one's tipped wide. Excellent chance there as that's sent back down. Played off here towards the slot again. A shot. And loose. Shot again. And it's back behind. Another opportunity here. Looking, Elijah Wilson with a shot, deflected back, towards the front again, and that'll be touched. So, goaltender is down, cross-check is coming, and that's going to be on Mike Mercurio.
Rosenzweig looked like an acrobat.
He was flopping all over the place.
So this will be a 2-minute advantage.
They're going to kick Mercurio right out. So Mercurio's gone. Trevor Lord, I don't know how you even argue that. And I know Mike Mercurio. He's a very talented hockey player, but that's just bad play there. Looks like the River Sharks are going to take a timeout. Would love to get something done here with 10:07 to go.
They're sending Trevor Lord off.
Trevor Lord's going to go off too. That's huge.
And it doesn't take a mind reader to see what Lord just said as well.
No. You don't have to be a lip reader, that's for sure. And here's Justin Schmidt coming onto the ice. So, we'll see how this goes. I think Schmidt is going to go serve the penalty. No, apparently not.
Somebody's got to serve it.
One would think. All right, well, here we go. 2 minutes and 16 seconds of the major. Now, here we go. All right.
Took them long enough.
Yeah, there was a little delay there from the Watertown bench, which continues to get increasingly shorter. Godbout takes the seat. And the Sharks with 10:07 left to go, looking for a chance here. Would love to cash in on a 5-on-3. Puck is dropped. Watertown wins it. Nice play by Pickford, but he can't keep it in the zone. Pickford looking. Breaks that puck back in the zone. Turned around. Pickford still with possession. Moved along. Wilson has it. Elijah Wilson looking. He waits. Back to the point. Shot by Jurich. Goal! Tyler Jurich makes it 4-2.
That'll be 3:02 for Tyler Jurich.
Number 301 and 302 as the 300 goal club is established.
Watching this replay back, great play by Wilson in the corner to fire it back out to Jurich. Rosenzweig, no chance on that one.
You love to see that from the head coach shooting up. And now again, you're still on a major power play. It's score at will, Colby. You can greatly increase your power play percentage going forward here.
And the River Sharks need it.
As again, that puck swatted away. Chase Dabari will pick it up. Minute 53 to go on the major. Thrown aside, Dustin Henning throwing it up. Dabari chasing after it. Dabari can't control. Moving it along, trying to get it back to Blacksmith, and does. Blacksmith back behind. Blacksmith looking. Backhander, dropped pass, pushed aside, and now again. Gaeta trying to get there. He goes and takes a rough ride from Henning. Played around the boards. Elijah Wilson is there. Wilson trying to swat at it. Has it on the backhand, sends it back to the defense. Yarwood up, head to Pickford. Minute 20 to go on the man advantage. Austin Pickford into the zone. He's got Gaeta looking towards the front, decides better of it. He's rubbed off, sent back down deep. Holding onto the stick. It's picked up in towards the front. A shot, can't get it to go. Trying to move it back towards the point. Looking to get it back to Jurich. He wants to complete the hat trick and make it a natural. Right back out. A shot for Peavy now. Backhand, can't get it to go. Blake Peavy with it. Peavy wrapping it around, looking for Cameron Yarwood. Yarwood will get there. He sends it back for Tyler Jurich. Jurich throws it towards the net, and that's gloved down. As that'll take us to the media timeout with 48 seconds to go in the major penalty. River Sharks still coming at it offensively.
Oh, and you hope Tyler Jurich can get the job done. 2 goals now and 4-2 lead.
We'll be back in 30 seconds. Soilis turns on the Jets. Beating of Ashkin, looking, waiting, shooting, goal! Stavros Soilis!
Hockey is back. Your Elmira River Sharks return to the First Arena Friday, January 5th to kick off the new year against the defending Commissioners Cup champions, the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Puck drops at 7:05. Get your tickets online on Ticketmaster.com, on the Ticketmaster app, or by calling the box office, 607-734-PUCK. River Sharks Hockey. Fear the Fin.
All right. Well, with that, I got to tell you, the River Sharks came out and have really gone to work here. Tyler Jurich coming back out there with that wad of tape on the end of his stick. Always loved that grip that he's got on his sticks.
Certainly a unique thing at any level.
Makes it easy to recognize the man. Easy to pick out, even on a night where you have a little trouble calling the numbers, but...
Well, hey, you don't want to say something like that. These jerseys are phenomenal.
They are fireworks. And face off one back by Watertown, picked off here. Elmira will take possession, trying to work it back along, and play blown dead because of the net coming off its moorings again. So still 42 seconds of a man advantage as the River Sharks trying to find their way to put another goal up. Would love to make it 5-2.
And Mark Bortiero's down there checking this net. I think they were saying something to Rosenzweig about knocking it off so gently, but they wanted to make sure it was tight.
As that puck is dropped, trying to come up with it. The puck comes loose. Jurich back, finds Pickford. Pickford towards the net, deflected, loose. Shot, can't get it through, and it's back behind the net as Jurich runs interference, took a little cross-check for his trouble. Back down to Peavy, back across. Pickford has it. Pickford back to Yarwood. Yarwood fakes, passes over. Jurich winds, fires, deflected in front. As a penalty upcoming, as Peavy is down. Blake Peavy.
He's having a hard time even getting and staying on both knees.
Certainly is. So another 5-on-3 for 20 seconds. Peavy back up. Glad to see that, as he will be taken over towards the bench, but Gingrich, he will serve the minor penalty. And again, for a team like Watertown, you've already lost 2 guys. Why would you want to come out here and continue to throw that?
And you got to be careful at this stage of the game. With all the physical stuff that's already happened, the officials are going to be a bit more touchy as to what they call.
Certainly are. And Swanson's up on the bench. He wants to get out there as Schmidt is out there. As that puck knocked back down. Elmira with the possession, throws it towards the net over the top. And now Jurich taking a look. Tyler Jurich with possession, sends it back down low. Jurich picks it up. Back up to Pickford. Pickford has it. Looking, finding it is Tyler Jurich. Jurich waiting, Gamzatov about to be let free, shot, and that's stopped. Huge save. And again, the netminder came way out of his crease on that one. Gamzatov is free after the 5-minute major expires. Still a minute 40 of power play time, however.
Well, it looked like Rosenweed was saying something to Wilson. Is Wilson very careful to stop himself, made sure that he didn't run into him. So I guess Rosenweed appreciated that.
Well, again, he came way out of his crease to make that stop as the River Sharks win the draw. Back again goes Pickford. Passes over to Yarwood. Yarwood top of the circle. Winds. Fakes a shot. Now he fires as that puck comes loose again. Still loose. Backhander couldn't get it to go. Wilson was right there. That puck sent back out by Elmira as that'll come all the way back. Schmidt trying to get something going, and he's picking on the wrong guy. Gaeta not going to go to paddle. His stick far more valuable. Pickford deking in. Looking back to Gaeta. Shot goal! David Gaeta!
Great effort by the River Sharks to turn that one out of the zone and quickly get it in on Rosenzweig. Gaeta, that'll be his 2nd of the game and 4th of the weekend. Huge pickup for the River Sharks this week.
Absolutely stunning. As a beautiful play there by Pickford. Back to Gaeta, and he just buries it.
That backhander, something that we didn't see on Friday night or yesterday, but he's used it twice tonight, and he's gotten it done both times.
Certainly has. As with 7:25 to go, it's now 5-2 Elmira. Hustling it back, it's Rasmus Asp. Asp into the zone, trying to cut wide. He's run into the boards hard that time by Dustin Henning. Puck rolls all the way around. Cody Rogers back for it. Rogers looks up ice, flips it ahead. Picked off by Henning. Dumped all the way down. That will be icing as Rogers hustles back for it. 7:05 to go, and it's 5-2 Elmira.
This River Sharks offense, certainly with everything that's happened, you're getting Watertown guy tossed, and then another Watertown guy tossed, and all of a sudden the River Sharks just kind of took that momentum that they seem to get and favors, whatever you want to call them, and spun it in terms of getting some offense on the board.
As Muka wins the draw back, Vartiainen with a shot, that's deflected up and into the netting. Of the goal scorers right now, Vartiainen the only one not with a multiple goal game. Tyler Jurich with 2, also Gaeta with 2. Vartiainen has the other one.
See if he can change that.
Although technically he does have the second one, he just didn't get it. Vartiainen has lost his stick. He needs to drop it. There we go, okay. As now Elmira turns around. Vartiainen did lose his stick and goes off for a line change. Puck is loose in the zone, trying to bat at it, can't do anything with it. Poke checked back along at center ice. Elmira moving it ahead, Marty Muka dumping that puck down deep. As again, Darius Davidson was chasing, could not quite come up with it. Muka trying to throw his backside into the Watertown Wolf. As that puck bounces, that'll go all the way down and will be icing as Pozar gets there. 6:29 left to go.
Well, and the River Sharks certainly here in this third period, it's the best period of hockey we've seen all weekend. Elmira has just come out, guns a-blazing. Trevor Lord got that game-tying goal in the second period. And I got to say, John, this third period, quite a different-looking River Sharks third period than we've seen in quite some time.
It certainly is. I would 100% agree with you on that one. As the River Sharks trying to get something done here. 6:29 remaining. Puck is dropped. River Sharks get it back. Move down low. Merkel in there. Lets it go. Right back to MJ. Merkel backhander. He can't get that one. Puck move back ahead. Chopping in was Cody Rogers. Able to keep the zone again. 2 times he's been able to keep it. Watertown wanting the call for offsides. Unfortunately for them, the puck never left the zone. As that puck comes back to center. No, excuse me, Pozar able to keep it again. Back down low. Big hit right in front of the net as that one's broken up and bounces over a couple of sticks. Now Watertown will hustle out. Dumped back in by Gamzatov. Right in, as that'll be covered up by Sammy Bernard. 5:56 remaining. And the shots on goal tell the story here, Colby.
Yeah, Watertown just 2 shots in this third period, something that very uncommon for them. Elmira keeping the puck in that offensive zone, really controlling the neutral zone play. As I said, just quite a different River Sharks team here.
Certainly is. There's something about First Arena, too. They love playing at the Shark Tank. As that puck is dropped, one back. Pickford has it banked off the boards. Blacksmith couldn't handle. Back out to center. 2-on-1. Backing it 3-on-1 now as the River Sharks hustle it in. Pass across, shot, goal! Blake Peavy off the ice into the net. You'll love to see it.
Rosenzweig just getting beat cleanly on this near side. Pass across by Larry Vertiainen. A heck of a setup. Blake Peavy came streaking in down these near side boards, and you see it, far side circle, pass on over, and Peavy able to pop it home for now the 4-goal lead.
6-2 River Sharks. They are looking to make a statement here. As Elmira goes back to work. Face off, one back. The River Sharks have it at center. Yarwood up to Vartiainen. Vartiainen trying to get around his man and will in offsides. No doubt about that. There it is. Blake Peavy gets the call.
Well, I don't know what Mark Bartera was saying down here as Austin Pickford skated in over the blue line, and then they were exchanging some words, and it didn't look like it was too friendly.
It certainly didn't, as once again, back out the other way. Watertown trying to set it up. Moved ahead. Pickford chasing that puck, gets it ahead to Parker. Brett Parker in, but can't control the puck. He'll dump that one in, does Elijah Wilson, and Rosenzweig has it back behind. Leaves it for the defense as Watertown takes a look up at the big scoreboard. 5:20 remaining, trailing by 4. Doyle hustles it ahead off of a man that hit off Elijah Wilson, and it'll be turned around. Godbout with possession. Godbout fires it along to Doyle. Doyle back ahead, trying to play this one out. It's picked off. The River Sharks move it back towards the offensive zone, and they'll dump that in. Marty Muka on the chase. Godbout is there. It's moved along by Rosenzweig, and now Justin Schmidt there for it. Trying to move it along and can't. Watertown hustles back out the other way. In come the Wolves. Little poke check. Big hit there by Rasmus Asp, using his physical body a little bit more. Haven't seen that as much this season as we saw a year ago. Trying to pass this puck ahead as that's swatted down, and Elmira will hustle back out. River Sharks chasing it in. Elijah Wilson with it. Fakes a shot. Breaks in. Looking. Throws it towards the net. Kicked aside. And again, that puck turned right back around. Lifted stick. Wilson couldn't keep it. It goes back to center. And the River Sharks trying to get back on side. Moved ahead to Rasmus Asp. Asp into the zone. Has Parker with him, but it's taken away. Right back to center it goes. Banked off. Asp with it. Fires it along for Parker. Back in the zone trying to get around Dustin Henning. Parker's running to the boards hard. And again, that puck bounces away. Again, Henning into the boards hard with Parker. Parker wearing that full face mask as that's sent back down low. Moved towards the front of the net. Picked up. Big windup shot. Deflected. And back again for it is Rasmus Asp. Asp back down low. He takes a rough ride. Quick cross check there from Thornton. Back towards the front. And it's moved off again. Looking for a lane. Parker passes across. Back in the zone it goes towards the front. Broken up. Seaman couldn't get it. Now Asp will come chasing after Seaman. Seaman was trying to fight Asp at center ice just before the shot. Deflected up and around the boards. So, 3:37 to go. And that should take us to the media timeout. The final one in this game, we certainly hope.
Well, and the River Sharks, the energy high on the bench right now. Just got to finish things out. 6-2 lead.
All right, well, we'll see how it goes. 30 seconds and back.
The temperature outside is dropping, but the certificate rates at IRFCU are on the rise. If you are looking to stash away some cash, make it work for you. Check out the certificate rates here at Ingersoll Rand Federal Credit Union by visiting us online at ingersollrandfcu.com. Members can open a share certificate right from their mobile app or through our online banking platform. Saving has never been easier. Make your money work for you at IRFCU.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health, and Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do, because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients, focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
All right, and with that, 3:37 to go in this one. Stavros Soilis all smiles behind the bench in that white jacket he's got on down there. Maybe more of a cream, but I'll tell you, in the right light, it looked white with all that black he's got on underneath it.
Well, and certainly it looks sharp from up here. Stavros Soilis definitely making a fashion statement on the bench.
As the River Sharks and Wolves back to 5-on-5 hockey, off to the left-hand side of Sammy Bernard.
47 shots in this game now for the River Sharks. Big pickup after just 11 shots in the first period of play.
They certainly do. As now again, face-off going to come here to the left-hand side of the netminder, Sammy Bernard. Puck is dropped. One back again. Godbout with it. Fires towards the net, and that's turned aside. Huge stop again by Elmira. Gotten back out to center ice. Vartiainen swats at it. Can't come up with it. Dabari will pick it up. Dabari harassed by Vartiainen. Takes it out from behind his own net. Pass ahead. Trying to move that puck back to center ice. Watertown will dump it. That should be icing and will be. 3:16 remaining here in period number 3.
This Elmira offense in this third period, 4 goals, plenty of life, and you hope that they can carry it into Friday night. Again, don't forget the Danbury Hat-Trick's going to be in here Friday. A 7:05 puck drop as Elmira just one game next weekend.
As the faceoff comes here to the right-hand side of Rosenzweig. Muka sets, wins it back. Vartiainen with it. Vartiainen back behind the net. Muka was not in a position to play that one, so Yarwood will have to step in and play that down. Moved out, Yarwood with it, towards the front, wraparound shot, and can't get it to go. Trying to play it off, it's banked off the back side of the boards. Yarwood just couldn't get that shot over the netminder, Rosenzweig, who was sprawled out. Back towards the front, Vartiainen was cutting, not able to come up with it as Dabari looks up ice. Under 3 minutes to go, River Sharks trying to keep that offensive pressure flowing as Dabari turns. Chasing that puck is picked off. Excellent move there by Darius Davidson. Davidson passed across, finds Vartiainen. Vartiainen turns, looking for a lane. Goes back, throws it towards the side of the net. Picked off there. Looking for the wraparound was Cody Rogers. Rogers back behind. Nobody there. Everybody looking for a line change, and the Watertown Wolves will take advantage. Looking up ice is Doyle. Hustling it out, it's Schmidt. Schmidt wraps it around the boards. Swanson back out there. We might get one more tussle here. Puck flipped back ahead. Hunt Henning banks it off the boards. Back again to get it. Trying to move it along. Swanson out there. He and Schmidt staying close to each other. Puck is moved back ahead. Back out to get it goes Swanson. Jesse Swanson back behind his own net, looking up ice. Fires it along as he gets it up to Merkel. Merkel throws that one into the Watertown area, taking a soft little, almost hug from Dustin Henning along the blue line.
Bear hug.
Watertown trying to hustle this puck back ahead. Schmidt moving it up into the zone as Merkel stands up his man. Now pokes that away from Schmidt. Trying to move it back along. Swanson along the sideboards. Tries the backhander. Took a hard ride into the boards himself. Moved back out. Godbout back to play. Less than 90 seconds to go in this one. Long look. Swanson chops that one down. Keeps the puck in the zone. Chases after Godbout. Now Merkel settles it. Throws it towards the net. Easy save there as I don't know if the netminder even saw it. Back behind. 1:10 to go. Rasmus Asp with it. Fires that through. Deflected over the top of the net. Bounces back on the back of the net, and they'll cover up with 1:05 remaining.
Well, and he took the net off when he was diving back around it. Josh Rosenwig has been flopping around all day back there. And all around, I got to say, been very impressed with the game that he's had despite the 6 goals for the River Sharks.
With 50 shots on goal, certainly the River Sharks.
I mean, most of the time you stop 44. Fortune's definitely a little different.
Well, he also had one called back, too, so, you know.
Well,
could also be 7-2 as that puck dropped. One back deep as Elmira circling the zone. Muka taking a look, and back out the other way comes Blacksmith. Blacksmith trying to cut through. It's poke check back to center ice where the River Sharks turn it around. Last minute of the period. Brett Parker chasing after it. Parker gets there. Back behind the net. Turning. He loses his footing. And that'll bounce off a couple of skates and be hustled back out the other way. Watertown trying to break it out. Looking for a stick lift from behind. Excellent move there by Darius Davidson. But again, the River Sharks resume possession in their own zone. Played out. Hustling it ahead. It's Marty Muka into the zone. Muka cutting wide. Has help. Throws it towards the front of the net. Muka taken down. Stick was swatted at. And now Watertown trying to break out here. Throw that puck back ahead. Out to play it. The defense goes and gets it for Elmira. Elmira looks up ice. Quick pass here. Brett Parker trying to move it. Gingrich swats it. Parker. Penalty upcoming. Parker with a shot. And it's over the top of the net and into the netting. 7.4 seconds to go. Gingrich is going to get a penalty for the slash. Parker looking uncomfortable to say the least. As with 7.4 seconds to go. Merkel talking to Gingrich. Oh, it looks like they might be calling this one. They don't want any more grief. Thought they were going to get a power play opportunity, but no. The River Sharks going to claim victory 6-2.
That's one way to end it.
Well, the way to, oh, hold on. Seaman and Schmidt both being led right off. Not being allowed to get anything going. As again, Elmira able to come up with a huge victory here. And, well, Colby, let's talk about it.
Oh, you had the officials chase those two even down the tunnel. All around a solid effort from the Elmira River Sharks. They give up the lead twice, but yet score 4 unanswered in this third period, something that we haven't seen this team do as the season goes on. And again, common theme talking about that identity. The identity gets established more and more when you play in these different type of situations. And a 4-goal third period, something we haven't seen from this team all year. And get the job done to get the 6-2 win.
Well, that's a huge 6-2 victory. 4 goals in the third period. Didn't see a ton of that over the course of the season. Scored 3 goals against Watertown in Watertown last night. As now Dustin Henning congratulating the River Sharks, who will celebrate. Vartiainen and Henning gonna take a photo. Always fun, never a dull moment. As now we'll see what kind of game the River Sharks are gonna play. It looks like maybe some duck, duck, goose out here.
Oh, and looking around the out-of-town scoreboard, 8-3 Motor City over Port Huron. They're getting late in the third period, have 7 minutes to go. And then, of course, the 2 later games, Danbury and Binghamton going to start in about 20 minutes, and Columbus at Carolina, an 8:35 start later.
Well, PV unable to catch his man, and what a fun time. You love the skits, you love the fun. The River Sharks claim victory 6-2, and Colby, you couldn't ask for a better ending than that.
No, to end out 2023 on a high note like this, heading into 2024, 2024 is going to be the Elmira River Sharks year.
You certainly hope so. An excellent game. Congratulations to the River Shark. Colby, 3 stars of the game. I don't think it's hard to figure out the top of it, as the head coach nailing 2 goals, including the game winner here tonight. Number 22, Tyler Jurich, has to be on that list, but what are you thinking here?
Tyler Jurich gets the number 1 nod, and then you can't help but go David A. Gaeta, another guy with 2 goals tonight. Scored the first and then getting another one there in the second period, keeping the game in Elmira's favor. And the third star, got to be Austin Pickford. 4 assists tonight, did all the right things, got right out there, and just helped this Elmira team to victory from the back end.
Pickford has been an uncelebrated hero for the last little bit. He has absolutely done everything he can. Austin Pickford has been stellar for the team this season. As you look, you talk about his numbers. He's got 1 goal, 10 assists coming into the day. As you just said, added 4 more assists. I mean, you're talking about a 16-point player now, excuse me. What more can you ask for?
Well, I mean, you could ask for a couple more points to be a point-per-game player, but you can't always get that. So Austin Pickford, definitely a guy who the River Sharks are going to keep turning to moving forward. But you got to look at, we've talked all game, time and time again, about Cody Rogers. Austin Pickford, again, uncelebrated hero. So 2 guys back there who can really contribute on offense that typically, you don't always look for your defenders to contribute the points, but 2 guys who are going to be right up there for Elmira in terms of the point contest.
Certainly, as there's Gaeta. And there's the head coach, Tyler Jurich, scores number 301 and 302.
Well, John, you got to update your shirt.
We have to. Got a great shirt, but now it's a little out of date. As an excellent interview coming up again with Tyler Jurich. Love to see the coach doing his part. And again, want to thank everybody for tuning in. River Sharks 6, Wolves 2. Thank you guys so much. A look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Colby, you just kind of updated us. Not going to be a busy one here today as the Danbury Hat-Tricks Binghamton Black Bears set to take off in about 15 minutes. Columbus River Dragons down in Carolina. And in the third period at the Big Boy Arena, Motor City 8, Port Huron 3.
So don't forget to get your tickets for Friday and join us back here at the Shark Tank, the Danbury Hat-Tricks, as Elmira are going to look to take down the defending Commissioners Cup champions to kick off 2024.
And with that, we'll be back on Friday night. I'm John Clement. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here on YouTube.
I'm Colby Smith.
Good night, Elmira.